bunch of toxic males. It's Toxic Femininity, brought to you by Midnight's Edge, with Alora OG Star Wars girl, Geeky Candy, and your hostess with the mostest, Mary Mayhem.
Safe 4th of July. I don't know if everybody just heard me or not because I forgot to unmute, but hello, everybody. If you didn't, I'm sorry. Welcome to Toxic Femininity once again. I am your announcer, Tom Connors, and with me tonight, to my left directly, is Miss Lorena Creel. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, Tom. How are you?
I guess it'd be the right out in the...
Yeah, that's okay. Oh, glad to be here with all of you. And hi, everyone out there.
And we're always glad to have you. And with us, as always, is Miss Alora, the OG Star Wars Legends gal. How are you doing?
I am doing fabulous today. I'm just excited to get on with what we're going to talk with and laugh and joke and ponder and, have the sarcasm that we always have. Thank you guys for coming in the chat. We had about 89 waiting for us before we came on. Yeah. And now we're up to 145.
Share it out there, definitely.
Exactly. Yeah. So go ahead and hit that like button, you guys, or caress it, however you want to do it. Whatever.
I prefer a nice little solid lick, just
okay, lick it, caress it,
make the dog that comes after you wonder who owns that button. Like,
Did you just say lick somebody's butt?
Take it how you like. Whatever works.
I don't believe you.
Hey, phrasing!
Either or, take one. I picked the wrong one.
I love it.
Oh, Lord. Lordy. And that other voice you hear, the hostess with the mostest, last but definitely not least, first in YouTube's heart. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. That's Brie.
Yeah, no.
Sorry about that. My mistake.
I thought you might be about to start some Queen Daenerys with all of those preemptive titles.
I was right until I got to that point, but I forgot you're not Brie,
And Mary does have a bigger ass than Brie as well. So there's no
a much better one, I'm sure.
Everyone has a bigger ass than Brie.
Well, it's because she hasn't quite learned how to people yet. She needs to learn how to people.
I just see people and I just play people. I didn't play Captain Marvel because I wanted to be a hero. I just wanted to be a person.
That's because she's a fucking alien. All right. That voice you hear, of course, is our hostess with the mostest, Miss Mary B. How are you doing? Sound like you had a crazy wild weekend with that voice. Holy cow.
I did. I had a very extensive weekend with my kiddos, and it took a little bit of a toll, but I'll tell you what, I would not rather be anywhere than here tonight. So, because I'm fucking pissed.
Kim Bapp is like, I just realized you guys, two of you are photos. Well, I would not be I would be on camera, but this thing does not allow me to. I don't think. Here, let me check it and see if I can. My house is a.
No Jaeger bombs. No Jaeger bombs. Just about 20 hours in the car almost over the weekend, and kids.
That ain't it.
So, no, it's not the beer bug. I'm good.
Oh, there we go. But see, I got all this stuff behind me. I'm so mad and crap.
Look at you have the arcade game there behind you, though, Tom.
Love that.
Yeah, I gotta have the
turtle video game.
What is
it?
It's
the one
chicken wrapper back there on the turtles.
Is that a what?
Is that a chicken wrapper? Looks like a hamburger. Oh no, it's like a grocery bag.
No, it's just
I thought it was like a big chicken wrapper. Well, that's how familiar I am with McChickens.
No, it's a mail.
What's the food back there? You're not sharing.
I was about to get that.
I got fruit slices if you want some. But no, I got all this moving mess behind me, so I'm planning on being on camera once I get all that stuff set up. Plus, I go back.
Fruit slices.
What's that?
I think you just accused us of being fruit slices.
No, she said I got food and I'm not sharing. So I said all I got is fruit slices.
Yeah.
He doesn't do what John does. I was waiting for him to do what John does. John talks and get all indignant and be like, you know what, fine. Just embrace the insult, but no.
I was going to say, in that case, I'm not a fruit, I'm a nut, and I embrace that.
Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Sometimes you don't.
That's right.
See, that's why I like the mounds. I like the mounds because they don't have nuts, but I love to cook
And they're
them.
dark chocolate though, aren't
Yeah.
Yeah,
Delicious.
it's
they? And I
ridiculous.
I
just
just see people and I just play people.
that's right.
You gotta wonder how high she was there.
Oh,
I know,
higher.
right? Her eyes are all big, but you can't really tell if her pupils are dilated or not. But man, she's talking so slow too, like she's like bombed.
Because
You can't
she's
see
not
what
even
she's
talking. What was that, Lorena? I'm sorry.
You can't even see what she's looking at.
Oh no, I know what she's looking at. I know exactly what she's looking
No,
at.
she's seeing Jesus.
She's
in the
looking.
window.
No. She's looking past the audience at Jim Morrison and the naked Indian in the corner.
Oh my god. She's having those sacred visions, right?
Exactly. She's. You all seen The Doors, haven't you?
Yes.
I love that movie.
And I love Jim Morrison anyways, too.
Wow.
And I
haven't
love that
watched
in Wayne's
movie
World
in a
too.
long time.
It's like, didn't you think it was a bit unnecessary to see the Indian's bottom?
Hey, I liked how our men dressed back in the old times.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, with you could just
Oh,
have
you
the
get full
little,
on
like,
Wang in that
throwing
movie
out
now.
right there. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There's full on Wang in that movie. Actually, I didn't notice that till because I got the 4K version. I'm like, holy shit!
You got to see the nuts and everything.
Now I'm
It's
gonna have
swinging.
to go back and watch that movie now because I haven't
Just
seen it in a while. I do
swinging.
not remember Full Frontal. I don't remember that.
Oh yeah, that
Well,
Indian
I had
guy
no
that's walking down the hallway. You can see his total package.
I've never seen it. So
Yeah. I was looking for it. That's right, Steven. Shut up.
Steven's calling you out.
It just kind of took me by surprise, kind of like the first time I saw Terminator on Blu-ray, and all of a sudden you see Arnold walking up, and you just start seeing his wang just fucking shake left and right, and you're like, "Well,
It's all swinging.
my
I'm
genitals
really
are
mad I
confused."
missed that. I love Terminator. I can't believe I missed that.
I need your
That-
claws in your motorcycle. No, not that one. The first one. The one where he comes up to the punks there when he's naked and he walks down the
Yeah.
street. You can totally see his wang. When he kills the punks there, the three of them. Yeah. All right. Let's get. There's so much crap to talk about, and Harvey's happy.
Yes. Very,
He's so
about
happy.
the win.
very happy.
All right. Are we ready, ladies? Let's get into the
Mhm.
news.
Hello, everyone.
Hey.
I didn't realize I'd bumped my freaking microphone and muted it again. So
Uh-oh.
It was like quiet for a minute. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, what did we say now?
that's like how it really works when you're like a lowly YouTuber, when everything's strung together on wires and hanging precariously, and you're trying to get yourself up and started. That's when you bump a mic that doesn't work properly and everything isn't functioning well. That's an authentic YouTuber problem, right? Not I got to plug my mic in, you fucking idiot. So Brie Larson has started a YouTube channel. Now, this is the earliest picture I could get of her channel. This was at 39.6 thousand subscribers. She's currently sitting at about 203,000 subscribers.
What?
Yeah. And the one video that she's made is over 1 million views.
Wow.
Over 1 million views. But no, YouTube's not helping her out at all, I'm sure.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah. But the important thing to make note of in this little picture here, you see her name right there, Brie Larson, and the
Yeah.
little check mark right next to it.
Yes.
Fuck you, YouTube. that is not supposed to happen. Okay, so you're supposed to have 100,000 subscribers before you get that little check mark. And the reason for that is because that's how you tell when this channel is significant, right? Like when it's this person from this channel, right? Specifically, that's the rule, right? That's what we all abide by. Took forever for a lot of us fandom ministers to get to that point. I myself am still not at that point, right? But like, you see people like Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers, Anna, that Star Wars girl, you know what I mean? Like the people who worked their butts off to actually get that check mark, they never in a million years would have dreamed that was something that you could have gotten at 40K subscribers, because you're not supposed to get it at 40K subscribers. Also, shit went down early freaking on for her. This was out 2 hours. 2 hours. before her video hit that point. 17,000 views at the 2-hour mark. How? Why?
I don't get it.
Fuck you, YouTube.
YouTube is giving her such a great algorithm, even though she doesn't have shit on her channel. That's why.
Well, look, this is insanely frustrating for people who have been on this platform for years at this point.
Exactly.
And she comes out here and she starts acting like, oh, I'm just a person of the people. And she starts pulling this I'm just like you nonsense. And I want to be a YouTuber. And if you guys remember what YouTube is and what it's about, it was about putting the sort of everyman on the stage, right? Giving the everyman an opportunity to build himself up from the ground up. You could do things like vlogging and drinking different kinds of weird drinks, or eating different kinds of weird foods, or gardening, or sort of primitive lifestyle stuff, or talking about your favorite comic books or movies. You know, there were a million different venues you could go, but it was about putting the you in YouTube, right?
Right. It was like I think the slogan was broadcast yourself.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. The everyman. It was the everyman.
Mhm.
Not celebrity tube, right? That's not what this was supposed to be. This was supposed to be YouTube, right?
Correct.
But this shit comes on. Hold on. So I have a wonderful little, I put together a little snippet here. As soon as I find it, I put together a little snippet here because she pissed me off so bad. This pisses me off so freaking bad. Biz and go. Bam. Boom chakalaka. Share this up here. Come on, load. Load. I titled it.
Same.
Okay, it's loaded. I was giving you loading music.
All right.
That's
So
all we needed was Tom's loading music.
she comes out swinging with this sort of, I'm your normal every girl. She's pretending to be a vlogger, right? Is essentially what she's doing. She's coming out. She has no idea what it is that her channel's supposed to be about. And then she also acts like she has no idea what she's doing. But while she's simultaneously acting like she has no idea what she's doing, you get like 4 different fucking angles. Okay? Like it switches back and forth between the different angles. And am I recording? Yeah, you're fucking recording. You know how we know you were recording? Because we see it. Because we can fucking see it.
We see the cuts. We see the edits. You know?
Hold on.
Hello?
Wait. Are you implying she's not a very good actress?
I am implying she's not a very good actress.
She sucks.
So these are some snippets I took.
Hello? Hi.
Justine!
Oh, hi. Wait, I'm trying to
Look at that editing. Look at that.
Uh-huh.
Look at all
Camera
the
1, camera 2, camera 1,
Mhm.
camera 2.
Number 2, yep.
Yep.
And you can click on the bottom. I think
Click the button. Click the button. You're already fucking recording, you half-wit. She's acting right now, guy.
Oh,
This is
God,
supposed
it's
to be a
so
vlog style thing, right?
bad.
Look at all those pretty little angles she's got going on.
Mhm.
Oh, I'm recording.
Mhm.
You're talking
Perfectly
to
placed.
Justine.
Perfectly placed.
She's talking to fucking Justine and acting like she has no clue what she's doing.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing genuine or sincere about this, but she's certainly trying to sell it to you like it is. Hold on, let's keep going.
Okay.
the record button. Yeah, I'm sweating.
You know?
Yeah, okay.
Another angle.
Right, because I'm embarrassed to meet you because I've watched your videos and now we're talking and I oh my god, well I'm equally fangirling.
She's the every woman. She's the every woman. She's fangirling right now. Isn't she? She's fangirling. You guys should totally like identify with her because she's the every woman. Just like you, she's fangirling over this YouTuber that she's so excited to meet. I can't imagine how you got that fucking YouTuber on there though, did you, Brie? You got that YouTuber on there because you're Brie Larson.
Mm-hmm.
You're Brie Larson, who played Captain Marvel. You're Brie Larson, who has an editing team, a makeup team, a freaking personal trainer, a hairstylist, all of whom are on your freaking intro video. All of these people, you're not a normal everyday person. Can you please stop trying to pitch it to us like you don't know how to hit a fucking recording button? Man, didn't you direct Unicorn Store? But you don't know how to hit a fucking recording button? Are you shitting me right now?
At least you kept the boom mic out of the scene, you know?
Oh, damn. Boom.
I'm sorry. I thought director was on your list of credentials.
she's probably like saying, I don't know what to do while she's using her fingers to click the camera that's on her side, to switch cameras. I don't know what I'm doing. Click the other camera to get a different angle. Oh my God. Oh, well, here's another person on my video, and clicking that button to bring someone else on. It's full of shit.
She's got an entire production going on here, but she's trying to sell to you like she doesn't know how to hit the
I
record
don't
button.
know. And I'm just like you. I'm trying to figure this out. No, honey. If this was Betty White starting a YouTube channel, then we could buy her not knowing what's going on, and we'd freaking love it because she'd be genuine about it.
I'd watch the fuck out of.
Exactly.
I would watch the hell out of some Betty White.
Hell yeah.
I would just run straight up in there and be like, ma'am, can I please have your autograph? Yeah, I know, like, she's a celebrity or whatever, but you can buy Betty White as the every woman too. Well, mainly because Betty White wouldn't sit there and try to maintain this pretense that she doesn't know how to hit a fucking record button if she actually knew how to hit it. I would buy that she didn't know how to, but even if she did, she wouldn't pretend she didn't, right? Like, there's a measure of sincerity that goes along with, if you're going to present yourself as a vlogger who has no idea what you're doing, maybe don't do it while you're using 4 different camera angles.
Shoot.
Maybe don't do it while you're editing shit looks like somebody spent a week on it, right? And no, she didn't do all this herself, of course. She's got a team behind her. But can you please stop acting like a vlogger? There's not a sincere moment in all of this. And so you're asking, and she goes in here, and this is what I don't get. This is what I don't understand. Because I understand this is probably a marketing ploy for her, right? It's an opportunity for her to go and try to stick herself out there in a different way. But you've got all these people coming on, right? You're making a YouTube channel. Got all these people.
Can I interrupt you for 2 seconds because you've had Brie on screen for too long? We have to break it up. People are gonna leave, so we needed something else. And I'll even give her a lazy puppy. So there we go. She can have a lazy puppy while we're at it. She is the laziest puppy on YouTube.
That lazy puppy.
Get her.
And that is all.
So cute.
That lazy puppy is vacuuming the floor.
And you know what? You know, because coming on as a YouTuber myself, I went ahead and did test runs by myself without having the videos or having the videos private to figure out how everything works. And so she's over here like, oh my God, I don't know what's going on.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Well, starting up this channel, and it's so weird how she plays both sides of it, right? So she comes on and she's asking all of these people what should she do with her channel, right? Over and over again, she's like, what should I do? And they're like, oh, you could make muffins. You could show them your lettuce gardens. You could talk about activism. Like, there's all of these different things. But then she says right off the bat that she's like, I kind of want this to be like a safe space sort of thing, right? Like, where you can come and you can have these these really important conversations. And this what was the term she used? Hold on, let me see if I can pull it up here. What did she say? So I made a decision. What did she say?
I'm Brie Larson.
Hold on. I'm gonna have to share this. I have to share this. God, look at how she really is a bad actress. She really is a very bad actress. Here, look at this shit. Freaking, I hate ads. Oh,
We needed that. Thank God. We were losing viewers by the millions.
Jesus Christ.
I'm Brie Larson. Oh, God.
What the fuck?
I'm Brie Larson. Jesus Christ! You might know me from Captain Marvel.
Jesus Christ. I'm Brie Larson, and I'm so incredibly embarrassed to be on camera. Even though I've been on camera all the time since I was 6 years old. I'm so embarrassed right now. I don't know how to. You fucking twit.
Heifer, no, you were not embarrassed.
I just can't stop cringing and laughing at this. She is in this business as an actress who is able to feel comfortable in front of the camera. That's why I guess she's hired. So you're not fooling anybody, darling. Really, you're not.
No. And here's the thing. Look, you didn't have to put that shit in your video. If you didn't like the take, if you wanted to do it again, if you wanted to be presented as something better, someone who wasn't a little nervous or unbalanced on that first take or 3 or whatever, take another fucking take and don't edit it into your video, you moron. No, this is what you wanted us to see. You wanted this facade of embarrassment. You wanted this facade of discomfort. You wanted us to see you as the every woman. Well, it doesn't work that way because we're not fucking stupid. Because people can put 2 and 2 together. Oh, you shouldn't have put that take in then, right? You wanted us to see you that way. That's why it's on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand this sort of pretense, right? This pretense of a vlogger who's natural and normal and a little, no, sweetie, honey, boo, your mom pulled you out of school at 7 years old so you could be an actress.
Lord have mercy.
So she's basically acting right now as someone who doesn't know what to do.
And doing it badly.
Acting, yes. And she's trying to make people feel like, feel comfortable with her.
Yeah. But the problem is that it's so incredibly disingenuous and insincere.
Mhm.
And we can tell. I feel like she thinks I'm fucking stupid. Like, of course you know how to hit the record button. That's why we can see you right now, woman. Right? Like, and you edited that into this. You edited that moment into this. Even if it had been an accident, this was the persona you wanted to convey to people, the every woman. But you don't know how to be anything other than an actress. You've never been anything other than this. And so you come onto YouTube like you're some everyday average normal person who's trying to work your way up like the rest of us are, doing your thing. And honey, we're not buying it. We're not buying it. You know why I don't give 2 shits about you, Brie Larson, and your freaking million view first video and your 200,000 subscribers right off the bat because you hit trending because YouTube decided you were the person that they wanted to push out there in front of her. You know why I don't give 2 shits about you? Because I've been at this for 2 years. And I make a video that gets almost 20,000 views and brings me in 100 subscribers. And YouTube turns around and takes those away from me the following weekend. But you got your check mark 35K in, less than that.
Mm-hmm.
You get yourself on trending because you're Brie Larson, but you're an every woman. No, you're not. Fuck out of here. Hey, YouTube, why don't you learn to stop treating celebrities like they're better than us? Because they're not. Or at least she doesn't want us to think she's better than us. Because she's sure busy acting like she's not. She's sure busy acting like she's fucking retarded.
I'll say this about her. I'm starting to understand Brie and a lot of the other people in her sphere. I can see where she thinks everybody who's white and gets privilege because that's all she does is get privilege.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, her whole life she's seen nothing but privilege. So she just assumes that every white person gets privilege. Of course.
Well, that was
all.
something that I had down in my notes as well, actually, here. But I'm glad you took us there. And this was one of the things that actually pissed me off. So she says in the video, she talks about how she wants to use this platform to highlight the important conversations about LGBTQ and Black Lives Matter and blah, blah, blah. But all the time, you're getting this special treatment as a white woman who faces none of those issues. When exactly are you planning on checking your privilege, Brie? When do you plan on doing that? Is that, or wait, was the platform that was meant to empower those individuals who actually do face issues and discrimination, that platform decided to give you a Buddha, a leg up, decided to elevate you day one, you privileged white woman. That platform that was meant to empower all of the average everyday people decided to empower you instead, decided to raise you up. Why don't you hand your channel over to somebody of color? Why don't you do that? You want to make a real difference. I'm just saying.
Oh, that'd be a cold day in hell before she did that. Because that would actually be doing something instead of just lip service, instead of saying, look at me.
Consider all this time you spent working on your first video. Consider it a donation to the betterment of a person of the LGBTQ community. Consider it a betterment, a donation of your time to the betterment of a person of color, right? Hey, all you had to do was make one fucking video. Then hand your channel over, right? You're giving them 200,000 subscribers and a 1 million view video, right? Bam! No bigger gift you could give. Take your privilege and set it aside and hand it to somebody, right? You could do that, but you won't, because you don't give a fuck about those people, Brie Larson. You only care about one person, and that's yourself.
Yeah, she doesn't care about us hoes out here in YouTube land. She doesn't care about us.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
And
No.
YouTube basically doesn't care about us either.
Mm-mm.
Sorry.
It's just hilarious to me how she's sitting there talking about how I want to use my platform to help into these important talks. You know, these are real issues, and we need to really gravitate towards them. Yes, we do edit our own.
Yes, we do.
Yes,
Mhm.
we put in our own work. We put in our own time. We don't have 5 fucking cameras and lighting and hair and makeup specialists and an algorithm that will promote us regardless.
I
of
can
whether-
verify that because half the time we're late, it's because these ladies are doing their fucking makeup. No, I'm just kidding.
We're doing it ourselves, and I don't have
Yes,
someone
they
to come
do.
and twist my earring back to show the picture.
Nobody works harder on YouTube than at least 3 of these ladies you see here right now. I'll tell you that for sure.
I have to make sure that I have my makeup, make sure that it freaking matches, make sure my lighting doesn't wash me out too much, but make me too dark. I have to balance that, make sure the makeup lines up.
Mhm.
You know, I don't have somebody who can just show up at my house and, you know, and do it for me.
Mm.
And neither do these ladies. So that's, you know, that's time and effort that you have to perfect over time to get your look right with respect to the lighting and placement and all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing that blows my mind though, right? Is that like this is something you work up to, right? You work up to that. And we all appreciated that hustle because we put our work, our love, our passion, our sincerity into it. We appreciate that hustle. You start off, you don't have any damn subscribers. You're a stalker. Oh, sorry. I was looking at the private chat. And
You're like a stalker.
What?
You guys see that?
Yeah, I seen that. Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. No, you know what a stalker is? I don't go holler at Brie on I don't holler at her on Twitter. I don't do that. You know what? I don't go harass her over there. I don't mess with her, but you know what? I get harassed all the time by her bots. Constantly. You know who else gets harassed by her bots? Anna. We Fandom Menace girls undergo, and no, Mary's not drunk. Mary's just not feeling well. Greg Kirby, I'll see you. We get harassed on a constant and regular basis by these Brie bots, right? We don't go mess with Brie. We don't go seek her out. We don't at her. We don't go after her, right? But her little cronies come after us constantly, and they call us names. And they degrade us. They call us thoughts. They call us sluts. They call us hoes. They condemn us. They say that we're out here just essentially using our platforms for ourselves, right? They're constantly after us. We're not stalkers, but we sure as hell do get stalked on a regular basis. And we have a lot of slander thrown at us. And we're trying to do our own thing here, right? We understand the grind and the hustle that is YouTube. We stepped into this knowing, you know how long it takes so many of us to get monetized? It took me a year to get monetized. A year, okay? Nobody, I mean, like, I don't want to say I didn't have help because I networked and I had a community around me, right? But YouTube sure as fuck didn't give a damn about promoting me. YouTube sure as fuck didn't stick me on a pedestal and give me trending and decide that I was special and important. I had to start this stuff my damn self. Started off with I had a webcam, and then that $30 webcam broke, and so I didn't have a webcam, and then I got another webcam, and then my computer wasn't working, and all of that jazz. And we are on this grind because a lot of the monetization that when we do finally get that far has to get turned around and put right back into our channels just to make it work, right? A lot of these people aren't making any money at all. They're doing it for the love of the game, for the love of the content that they make. Brie Larson doesn't even know what content she wants to make. She doesn't even know what the fuck she wants to talk about. She's got to ask fucking Justine to tell her what to do. Go bake some muffins, Brie Larson. I'm not eating it.
And you see how her image looks here. You know that she does have makeup artists and stuff, and people pamper her in her home because she is and stuff. So basically, her setup here, right here, is the humble like person, first YouTuber that really has her hair pinned back and kind of light nude type makeup, just so that she can look pitiful.
Give me 2 seconds, ladies. I got a kiddo here. Hold on 1 second.
All right.
Okay, we could probably do some super chats while we're waiting for Mary if you guys want to start. We got one way before we started from Willie Woodward. If you got that one in there, I don't know if that showed up for you guys or not. I put that in the private chat, but I don't know if you guys were here yet. So Willie Woodward sent $5. Said throwing enticing and entertaining ladies and Tom probably makes me a simp, but I don't care. No, that's all right. We enjoy we appreciate the donation. It helps us keep the lights on here. And then the next one is from 16-Bit Mascot. If you want to take that one.
I will. Okay, 16-Bit Mascot, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Hello, Toxic Femme. Love all of you, and I hope you're doing well. Get better, Mary. We need you. And see, that's what it is about building community. So I'll expand on that a little bit more, is that, we come in here, and I started with only 79 subscribers only because I used to post my native powwow videos. And from there, I came in as a Star Wars enthusiast and built my community, which I'm almost like, I'm at 3,500 view hours. I'm almost there for monetization, but it's the work that I put in. So.
Yeah, we've all put this work in, right?
Mm-hmm.
All the ladies you see here. As for some of us that for different lengths of time, but we know what it means. And we accepted that going in, right? Nobody handed us this on a silver platter. We accepted going into this, that this was not going to be simple or easy. And in fact, I did a stream like a year and a half ago now, where I was having a conversation with, I think it was, at the time, it was Drunk 3PO. I think it was Abu Nas. So we didn't have elevated channels at the time. We were all sitting at a few hundred subscribers a piece at the time, right? I think Abu was the one with the largest amount of subscribers. I think he might have had close to 1,000 at the time. And we're sitting there having this conversation about, why are we here? Why are we doing what we're doing? It's because we deeply believe in the conversations that we're trying to have. And I busted out. I was like, guys, none of us here, Cindy, the likelihood of us making it, of us being YouTube rich or YouTube famous is slim to none. That's a pipe dream. And if you're holding on to it, you're fucking stupid. We're here because we value the things that we're talking about, because we want to try to bring as many voices to this conversation as we can, because we believe it's important, because these are the things that we're passionate about. We had a fucking clue what it was we wanted to speak about and why we were passionate about it. Brie Larson doesn't even know. She's got to ask freaking Justine what the hell she's here for.
Right. And to like tag on to what Mary was saying, it took a long time. And I mean like 6 months, and people like Mary and OG Star Wars lighting a fire under my butt to start a YouTube channel, because I saw how hard they worked and how hard they hustled. And I had to make a decision. Do I want to do this?
I'm
going to do this. I got to do it. Don't know what
I don't know what sleep is.
Don't know what sleep is. I'm like, oh man, I need to go to bed. Thank God I can work from home. All I have to do is just get up, don't put any makeup on, throw on some deodorant, open my laptop and go to work. But all of that work because you love what it is that you're doing, and you have a unique message to share throughout this medium. And and that's why we do it. We don't do it because we're just trying to get our face out there, or just relating to say, I'm just like you, I'm in Hollywood, but I'm really just like you. No, you're not like us.
No, you're not. And none of us are stupid, right? None of us are sitting here expecting to ever have a 1 million subscriber channel. Most of us will never even hit 50,000 subscriber channel, right? Like most of us are never going to make it that far, and that's okay, because it's not really the point. The point is that we're here with something to talk about. I did see something in the comment section I wanted to make sure I addressed. What happened to Geeky Candy? Geeky Candy was pregnant, honey. She just had her baby, and so she's on maternity leave, and we love her to death, and we'll have her back as soon as we can. But send her some love and prayers, guys, because she's needing the time off right now. But she's not gone. She's just taking a little break.
Yeah,
she'll be back soon.
Baby.
So all the love and hope and prayers going out to her and the baby and family, and hopefully everything works out well here soon, so we can have her back. Of course, we miss her.
Yes, absolutely, we do miss her, no doubt. Miss her a great deal.
So yeah, I think we left off on 16-Bit Mascot, didn't we?
Yes, so Goddess of Whim. I'll take that one. So Goddess of Whim 2003 for $5. Thank you. Brie Larson needs to get Terrence Howard from the MCU. She hurts the, I guess, franchise. So I know what you're saying when it comes to Terrence Howard, as gorgeous as I think he is. I wasn't too thrilled with the shenanigans involved with him. So
yeah,
I get you.
Don't touch me.
I'm don't use that word. That's my word. I've commandeered it. It is mine. We got a super chat from Crispy Critters for $2. Says, "Get woke, no poke."
There's some truth to that, really.
She doesn't have a butt to poke anyway.
Can't find it.
No cushion for any pushing, you know.
Holy shit, balls.
All right. So we have Dark Knight 616, Australian $5. I'd suggest inviting Brie onto the Toxic Femininity podcast, but I'm not sure she's feminine enough.
Well, look, here's the thing about that. Brie Larson, even though she put it out there that she'd like to collaborate with YouTubers, right? She's a YouTuber now. Look, I'll put it out. Hey, Brie Larson, if you're watching, you're more than welcome.
Open invite. Come on in.
Absolutely. And
Doors
we will
open.
treat you with the utmost respect so long as you do the same.
Absolutely.
But I don't see that as likely or happening because I don't think Brie Larson wants to talk to us. I don't think she has the ability to defend herself in the position that she's standing in right now. Because I think that if she were to sit down and try to talk to women of any measure of intelligence, she'd find herself blown out of the water pretty damn quick. Because I don't think she has a way to explain why it is that she got a check mark before she had been up for a day. Why it is that she has that she was thrown into trending, except that she's a celebrity and she's privileged. Right. And I don't think Brie Larson would have a counter for the argument of you want to do so much to help people of color or help people of the LGBTQ and use your platform to help them. Why it is that you wouldn't give up this now massive channel for someone like that who can actually speak from a place of experience. How about you give me your 200,000 subscriber channel, Brie? I'm LGBTQ. I bet you I could do a whole hell of a lot of good with it. But you wouldn't do that because you're too busy being privileged and going, where's the record button?
Oh my goodness gracious.
Is there such a thing as being too privileged that you don't know what the hell you're doing in life because everybody does it for you?
She's like, this chick's as uneducated as humanly possible. Her mom pulled her out of school and homeschooled. Look, I was homeschooled, okay? I know what homeschooling is really like. And it sure as hell wasn't so my mom could drag me around the country and get me put up as some kind of little actress or singer or whatever hell profession could put me in front of a camera, right? My mom homeschooled me because the public school system sucks and she wanted me to have a real education. Brie Larson isn't fit for anything that doesn't point a camera at her. So...
And that's how it is in Hollywood. When you're trying to get these child stars and get them into the business, you have to take them to all these auditions and all of that. So it's like, yeah, they either have private tutors, which some of them have, or, or homeschooled.
Yeah, but that's the difference. We're not talking about a private tutor. We're talking about her mom homeschooling her so she can run her all over the country, right? I doubt if she did her schoolwork. She was too busy going to freaking
auditions and stuff. So
auditions and shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what my mom did when I didn't do my schoolwork? Made me do it again.
Good. There you go.
If I didn't pass my test at the end of each pace, I had to take my happy buck back through the entire freaking pace. So I learned real quick, get your butt onto it. But she didn't even go to college. Most homeschooled kids have way higher average GPAs than your average person, right? Like,
oh, heck yeah. I was telling people, I said I would love for like internships. It's like you could tell some of the kids that were homeschooled. I said, give me a homeschool student for this position because they know how to hustle. They know their stuff.
And you know what's great, or like just to even like last night I was watching to Yoga Land podcast and there was an interview with this young man. At the time he's like 15. He went through teacher training to be yoga teacher like at the age 7 or a little bit younger. When he was in high school, he was homeschooled. He finished high school within like a year and a half, 2 years. And he was bright and intelligent. You could tell how smart and mature he is. And man, I was like just blown away with his determination and everything. That was great parenting.
Yeah, I graduated when I was 16 years old because my mom pushed us through it that hard.
She's like, I don't want to do this shit no more. You gotta
get it done.
Well, No, she didn't take it easy on it. I mean, it wasn't to get done. She made us do our shit over and over and over again.
Oh,
So,
I get it. I would do the same thing.
Yep. Do it
it was
right
just a matter of,
or do it over.
it was just a matter of like, you're going to do this and you're going to get it done and you're going to handle your business because I'm not raising a freaking idiot. Right. So like my mom was just like, at 16 years old, I was just done. I was just done. There was nothing else to do. So mom was like, all right, well, we're not flying you down to Florida so you can take the curriculum test. You're going to get your GED and you're going to fucking work. And so it's like, okay, mom. I'm like, that's what real parenting is. But my mom didn't, you know what my mom didn't do? She didn't put me to work when I was 7 years old. She didn't do that. She sure as heck didn't put me in front of a camera at 7 years old and forego my education essentially for that kind of crap.
Yeah.
Plus, you missed not only did you miss education, but you miss a childhood too.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know.
Truth though.
Okay.
I think
Let's
you're
see,
the next super chat, Lorena.
Oh, yes. Matt G for $5. Thank you. I've asked Harvey to welcome Brie to YouTube. Harvey Cthulhu, not Weinstein.
Cthulhu, yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Welcome to YouTube's. Push the
I can
button.
see that happening. I wish he'd attach all of his tentacles to her face and stuff. Let's see, Zero Depressive Ron for $50. Thank you so much for that super chat. He says, I don't know. Press X to doubt. I'm assuming he's talking about Brie Larson and her stupidity.
Inability to use buttons.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Super chat. We appreciate it.
All right. So Rob Slevin, $5. I hope I said that wrong. Slevin. $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Betty White was Betty Gray before she defeated the Balrog and was sent back to
Betty the White.
That was funny.
Yeah.
Or she shall be referred to as Betty the White.
Oh, so next super chat is the Rookie Critic. Hey, for $2. Thank you. She wants to make content, but zero ideas, goals. Yeah, she's not an idea person. It's just get your face out there.
They'll just write her a script and she'll do whatever they tell her to do. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or go to India and make fun of their culture. Shit. Sorry.
Ooh.
Focus. Let's see. Larry for $2 says, yay, toxic femininity. Nay, Brie toxicity. Boom.
All right, McKinney 90 at $3. Thank you so much, McKinney, and thank you for coming in to the chat, and all of you guys as well. Sheba Dog happily massaging her cheeks with his mouth wide open.
Oh, it's a sticker.
Oh, okay. I was like, I didn't know.
Oh, I was completely lost there.
I don't know that sticker. So I was like, what the hell are you talking about?
Okay.
So
Okay. I'm glad it wasn't just me. Okay. Because I was completely lost.
With what we're talking about right now and what we talked about with cheeks and stuff and butt, I was like, oh, okay.
I just got a picture of a dog like trying to find a butt to rub, but she doesn't have one, so it's just getting lost. Oh
I don't believe you.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize that was a sticker because I don't recall seeing that sticker. So
I didn't know it was either. So we learned something today.
Yes. It's not like we don't know what we're doing. Which button to press.
Oh, we got less time in on this than Brie Larson, guys.
So the next super chat, we have the Rookie Critic again for $5. Jason David Frank, the Green Ranger, has a YouTube and does vlogs on sets, makes poems, behind the scenes fight choreo, and interviews old Ranger cast. Now that sounds cool.
I kind of want to look that up now.
That sounds cool.
I freaking love Jason David Frank. That guy's epic.
Mm-hmm.
And I would watch the hell out of that. At least there's no like pretense behind that, right? Like, hey, you know what I'm going to do, right? Like behind the scenes. I watch some behind the scenes vlogs. Hey, Brie, here's an idea. Why don't you present yourself as a genuine, sincere person who's like doing some behind the scenes? Hey, I'm on the set, but like people will watch the hell out of that instead of acting, like you're freaking embarrassed to be in front of the camera, you fuckwit. Jesus Christ.
All righty, then here we go. So who did we leave off on? So we have Zero. I think this is your turn, Mary.
Yeah, Mary.
Zero Depressive Run for 50. Again, thank you so much.
Wow.
2 words, Brie. Gwyneth Paltrow. Fuck. No, I'm not buying some nasty ass cooter candles.
No cooter candles.
I sure as hell am not buying some Brie cooter candles.
No, thank you. No, all right. The Rookie Critic at $2. Thank you again, darling. Her internet quality seemed perfect on first time. Yeah.
Kai MFS or FMS or whatever. I saw him for the first time earlier on Stephen Walton's channel. It was nice to see him, man. Cool beans.
The next super chat we have from Sam McCabe for Australian $30. Hey, Sam, and thank you. Hey, ladies, have some money. Peace and hugs to you all. Peace and hugs to you, too.
Thank you. Culture Casino for $2 says, Tom is like whack-a-mole with the trolls.
Yeah, we had some bots in the chat earlier.
I saw that shit. Get him.
All right. So Nick McCabe, Australian 30. So glad I caught the stream this time. Here's some cash. Keep up the great work. Get well, Mary with a heart. Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you for coming in and catching the show.
Yes, I appreciate that so much. Don't worry about me, guys. It's just a squeaky voice. It'll be fine.
Okay. So the next super
She's going through puberty.
Time to change.
Maybe I'll come out of it with a better butt than Brie Larson.
Oh, you already have one, so I don't think that's and I've never even seen it in real life, just pictures.
Yes.
Well, I should say one picture I seen where you're like standing sideways.
You could fit like
you're not naked or anything.
Butt cheeks into just one of mine.
Just to be clear, I've never gotten like any naughty pictures from Mary or anything. No,
there have just been pictures of. It's not like people haven't seen. Pictures.
Yeah, it was just her standing there, fully clothed.
See, Tom, they weren't thinking anything until you started saying
that. I wanted them to think that.
Oh gosh! So the next super chat is Casperius. I hope I said that right.
Maybe I'm trying to piss off Andrew. Sorry.
Golly, Tom, I feel like I'm stalking you somehow.
It happens. It's just because I'm everywhere. I've had a few people think they're stalking me, and they've even thought about turning themselves in. But I'm like, no, it's fine. I like to have stalkers.
It's like, I want that attention. Thank you.
No, dude, don't. I have a stalker that drives up the street 3 and 4 times a day and honks at me. This giant black truck. I'm serious. You can ask him. He'll like slow down and ask me why my hair is wet, and I'm like, because I just got out of the shower. Do I know you? Like, are you?
Yeah, I stopped to talk to you yesterday.
That is creepy. No,
leave me alone. I don't even know you. Stalkers are creepy. Let's see here.
Very.
Are we on? Is it my turn?
Yeah, Mark C.
Okay. Mark C for Mark for, is that Canadian $5 or is it Mark C for $5?
That's a good question.
I can't tell. Either way, Mark for $5.
Mark C for $5.
Thank you so much. He said, sending thoughts and prayers to Geeky Candy. I hope her family as well. We will pass the sentiments along, guys. But yes, she is recovering, and they're doing their thing. And much love to you all. And we'll hopefully see her before too much longer. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. All right. So we have Matt G at $5. How you think she should have handled it? Because if she came out and said, "Yeah, I am better than all of you," that's not the way either. What's the middle ground?
See, that's a decent.
Don't be slumming on YouTube if you're a fucking movie star. That's one thing not to do.
It's the pretense, right? It's the pretense that you don't know what you're doing. It's the pretense that you are the everyman, right? Like, why don't you, and I don't remember who I saw say this earlier, but it was in one of the YouTube videos. Like, why don't you just come out? Will Smith does this, right? He takes the whole crew along and he does some cool shit, right? And it's not meant to be presented as some kind of personal get to know me as a human being vlog, right? I was just doing some cool shit on YouTube. YouTube, right? Get rid of the pretense. Get rid of this facade that you don't know how to hit a fucking record button. You were directed a movie, you fuckwit. Like, nobody buys this shit. Nobody believes you, right? If you want to come out swinging like a movie star, then come out swinging like a movie star, and we'll all accept the freaking preferential treatment and the fact that you were raised and elevated above everybody else. But that's not what you're doing. You're setting this up like it's some kind of vlog, like you have something that you want to convey, you want to talk with us, you want to get to us and get to know us, right? Like, that's the style that you put this on as. You're just the everyman, but that's not what you fucking did. You came out acting like this when that's not what you are. That's not who you are. I don't even know that you know who you are, Brie Larson. You are whatever construct it is that Hollywood wants you to be, as far as I'm concerned. I don't know that you have an identity of your own, because you spent your entire life being what your mom wanted you to be, and then being what Hollywood wanted you to be. I think personally, you should, before you start a YouTube channel showing people who you are, should figure that out for your fucking self first.
And there we go.
Yeah.
Boom.
Sorry.
No. Please tell us how you really feel.
Exactly. How do you really feel,
Don't
Mary?
hold back.
Come out swinging. I love it.
But yeah, there's a lot of truth to that. Just be genuine. We want to see you genuine and not acting like you're just everybody's person, like you're just everybody else on YouTube. Just be genuine. Yeah, I'm Brie Larson. I'm the actress. This is what we're gonna do. Blah blah blah. I have people who are helping me with these videos. Just come out clean.
If she would have just like set up the a camera in her living room, put her feet up on the couch, and just like, you know what, I've heard about this YouTube thing. I think I might be interested in doing it. And just being genuine, even if she showed people like for example, I mean, I joke about the boom mic, but joking that there's a guy with the boom mic who's going to help me, with my sound, and there's my makeup artist, and there's my chef and all of that. But just like Mary was saying, if you're going to be an actress, just act like one. Just be genuine with your audience.
You know what I would genuinely would have respected, because you kind of hit the nail on the head there, right? It's like she's sitting there on this, and I watched this video a few times today. She's sitting there talking about, I play video games like old school Nintendo, and I've been playing whatever the freaking that one is, the Animal Crossing, right? And they're talking about how many hours they have on. You know what I would have watched the hell out of, Brie Larson? What would have made me connect with you? If you'd pulled a freaking Jessie from Exaggeration Nation, gotten on camera, laying out on your couch with your tank top and your beer gut hanging over, and then freaking out every time you did something cool on the game, right? Like, I'd have 110% respected you if you'd have been vulnerable in that way with us, to show us just you being a human being, right? You know how incredibly embarrassing it is to get on Zelda Ocarina of Time and fall off a platform 10 times in a row, a platform in the first fucking stage of the game. Then you've played this game a million times, and you should be able to walk this it's fucking embarrassing. Own this shit. Just be a human being and show us your flaws and your faults, instead of this constructed flaw and fault. That's not what's going to make people connect to you. I will 110% respect a person who gets out there and is authentic, but instead you're too busy setting up your cameras and acting like you're not, and acting like you're authentic, as opposed to actually being that.
Right.
I think, is it me?
Yeah, I think we're being ghosted or whatever, shadow banned, whatever you're gonna call it. So if you guys, what was that?
You okay?
That was a firework right across, right?
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
No.
That's real YouTube right there, people.
Stop shooting at her. Jesus, she's not that bad. Fuck. No, but something's up with YouTube. Like, all of a sudden we lost like 60 fucking viewers. That's not really possible.
Wow.
On top of, all of a sudden we're being shadow banned. So if you guys want to share this out, fucking YouTube is just being whatever.
Yes, please do.
Oh, we got 4 downvotes as well, 4 thumbs
Well,
down.
we had those since before we started.
Oh, okay. I didn't notice that. So.
And I do have a thing that I'm sharing down the bottom once we get through these super chats, because I want to touch on this robot head thing, because it's important, I think, to point this out. So Robot Head puts this out, and this was one of the videos I watched today when I was kind of digging up all the information on this subject. In a shock move, YouTube has restricted monetization on my Brie Larson video, which also means it won't be recommended to people. I know that struggle, man. There's also no option to appeal No option to appeal this. Nice to know Brie isn't getting special treatment. Yes, people, if you think that YouTube hasn't chosen the hill that it wants to die on, right? By elevating Brie Larson, sticking her out there in trending, and getting her into the algorithm when she's literally saying fucking nothing on her YouTube video, literally nothing, right? But she has this massive audience grown overnight and over 1 million views on this video. If you think that they haven't chosen the hill to die on when they're suppressing people like Robot Head, they're suppressing people like Midnight's Edge, they're suppressing us smaller channels, removing subscribers. And yes, I know I'm still bitching about this, but it pisses me off. We put in the hard work, right? We do our thing. We finally have a video that hits the algorithm. We finally feel like, hey, I've made some progress. My channel's moving forward. I got 100 subs off this thing. I'm thrilled with it, right? And then YouTube turns around without a word and takes those subscribers away. No explanation, no anything. They just do it. If you think they haven't chosen the hill that they're going to die on, if you think that they aren't drawing their line in the sand, this is who they stick. I don't know how they're sticking their flag on this hill because she doesn't have a hill to stick it on. There's no booty there. I'm trying to say she doesn't have
no ass at all.
This is where they're going with it. Yes, it is a conspiracy. Yes, it is jacked up. Yes, it is wrong. It is the mistreatment of the you in YouTube. It is the mistreatment of the every person that has made YouTube the platform it is and the whole fucking reason Brie Larson wants to come here in the first place. Yeah, that's what this is. And it's frustrating as hell. If you haven't checked out Robot Head's video on this subject, I highly suggest you do. It's freaking, it's a rock star of a video. It's glorious.
I'll share it on my Twitter just to get more views for him as well because of the fact of that. So
yeah, I will
share.
So I don't forget.
Yeah, and the sharing is essential, guys. It's essential at this point because if you think that YouTube isn't shadow banning us, that they aren't doing everything in their power to silence us and elevate her, you're wrong. Because
and I've said it too. She was handpicked by YouTube for a reason because of people like us, because of the fact that you type in any celebrity, she's probably the #1 celebrity because of that reason. Not because she's popular, but because she ruffles so many fucking feathers. So Laura said it best when we said it, you know, like you were saying it, Mary, before the show. Like, this is the hill she's just that YouTube and her have decided to die on and put their flag in. And Laura's like, what, flat ass hill? That's not much of a hill for a flag.
Yes.
So I couldn't take credit for that one. But it had to be said.
It did need to be said.
There's nothing to stand on. There's nothing glorious to stick your pole in.
Yes, and do check out Robot Head's video. It's amazing. I'll try and get the link.
Oh, Lord. All right.
We can go back to these super chats here real quick if we want to. Culture Casino for $2 says Brie is a grown-up Jean Benet Ramsey. Yeah, I think that's a reasonable assessment.
Yes. All right. So, Wes, or now it's your turn, darling. Lorena, go ahead and get this one.
Oh, sure. Wes Moody Webcast. Hey, Wes, for $2. Seems like Unicorn Store was her autobiography.
You know, I've never seen that movie.
I've never seen it. No.
I didn't even bother to see it at all. I'm like, no.
It doesn't have something to do with painting. I don't know. Like,
that's just a weird name for a movie. Unicorn.
I saw
The
her.
whole movie's about her getting dick.
Oh my. Okay.
It's a metaphor.
Oh.
That's where the joke, it's a metaphor, my Brie joke kind of started from.
Oh. I would not have gotten that by the name.
Oh, it's about this girl who can't grow up, and then by the end of the movie, she grows up and throws all this fantasy bullshit away because she meets some guy. So it's literally about a woman who just needed to get dicked.
Dick, ass, and all that is what the topic is here.
It's a children's show, folks.
Oh.
All right, Dark King 616 at Australian $2. Thank you again so much. Brie would never come on here due to butt envy. And speaking of butt,
Yeah, she better not meet me, I guess.
Let's see here. Lee Jordan for $4.99 says, "Don't trust a flat butt and a smile." Like, that is the most smiling I've ever seen her do in a video, and it was fake as shit. I really didn't want her to. It was disturbing. I was like, nope, never mind. Please Just take it back. I'm done. I'm good. Her interests. We can get to that in a minute. Lorraine.
Okay, so next super chat from Matthew Sturgis for $14.99. Thank you. New idea for Merry Date Night. Going out with her beau Robin Hood and watching softest cheese Brie get eaten by mighty Cthulhu while they moo. This makes Joaquin Phoenix cry for bonus points.
There's a shenanigans scenario in there somewhere.
Yes, I see. I predict.
Yeah,
I need to take a screenshot.
I have no problem seeing that, which is kind of scary.
There's a shenanigans scenario in there, I'm sure.
I thank you, Matthew, for inspiring some shenanigans. Oh my God. Okay, Terminus at $5. Thank you so much, darling. If Brie went to go to India, Hindus would look at her ass. I love how he does that, ass, and be like, damn, you eat some beef bish.
Wow.
Oh, that's against their religion.
Yeah.
That around at the airport, like, get out of here.
Yeah, if you're a Buddhist, no, you're not going to do that.
Oh, no.
So David Martinez for $2. Thank you. A musky scent.
Oh, probably talking about candles.
That was the Gwyneth Paltrow thing, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, ugh. All right. No.
Lily Woodward for $2 says, last one honest. OG looked good in glasses. Yeah, she does. It took a lot to make OG not look good, though.
She looked good in a paper bag. What are you talking about?
Maybe that's my next outfit for next Toxic Fam. We'll see. Inspired by Tom.
All right.
Yeah.
You heard it here, folks.
Bag lady.
I do want to touch on this here, this little screenshot that we have here. She lists off her interests, and this is the last thing I'll go freaking ape on here. She lists off her interests, and they're fucking these are it, guys. She like
those are the interests right there that they were
really
talking to people, learning,
learning
because homeschooled. She didn't learn shit.
Wow.
Okay.
What do you learn? Food, not a specific food.
I could get with food. Yeah.
No, look, I can get with food too. All right. I'd like to think of food as a hobby of my own. My butt certainly, her butt does not. Anyway, indicate food as being an interest. But okay, let's say food is an interest of yours. What kind of food? Food, just food, and video games, bitch.
Which kind?
You don't play video games. Animal Crossing does not freaking count.
It's not. Yeah.
My dear. Oh my God. Look, I've never consider I do consider myself a sort of gamer chick in that I was really big into World of Warcraft for a long time. Been a big large fan of Nintendo. I love Zelda. Anything Zelda I will play, right? Lady, have you ever gotten into a raid where you had to gear up your tank, and if you didn't hold the aggro on that thing, your entire raid party died? Like, no, you don't know what gaming is, chick. Right now, and I'm sure you don't know what food is either. I'm not sure you know what learning is either, and you clearly don't know how to talk to people. These are all interests that you've never displayed any measure of aptitude for. Like, these are just things you think we want to hear you say.
Normal people don't list those things. Well, except for food being specific and video games being very specific about what video games and what systems you like to use.
Yes.
But wouldn't you just say gamer? I want to be a gamer, or I'm a foodie and I want to, expand on maybe a cultural food. Wouldn't I mean, but like food or video games? I mean,
no. You see,
or muffins.
She misinterpreted what the word gamer meant. She thought that meant somebody who was for gay people.
Oh, she's not gay, so
no. She's for gay people, though. She's an ally.
Good.
So that's what she thought. She thought that's what gamer meant.
You want to be an ally, Brie Larson? Give me your fucking channel.
She plays Animal Crossing, like they're saying in the chat. That's a game for fucking little kids.
and Jeremy.
And mothers and grandmothers and
Jeremy.
shit. And Jeremy.
It's something to pass the time. It's not a video game.
See, yeah, Kevin Street, yeah,
quarantine.
gamer.
You're not killing stuff, It's not like Mortal Kombat.
Did Brie figure out how toast works?
How to use a toaster?
That's a super chat, but
You know darn well she probably does not even cook for herself at all.
Oh, heck no. Get the personal chef to
Yeah.
make your food or call Full Foods and have them, deliver.
She ate half a grape earlier, and she's proud of it.
That was her.
I went to Red Lobster and got takeout. I was slumming it.
I think all this is going to be a little bit of a phase. Look, she's clearly not a YouTuber. She has no freaking clue how to be a YouTuber. And I don't think she's going to get a grip on it. I think this is a phase. She's bored because she's quarantined. And so she's decided she wants to do something that might potentially boost her appearance or her, the way that people view her. And so I think this is not going to last. I think this is
honestly, I don't know about that because, like Andre was pointing out, the way you look at this, a lot of this had to been done right, like planned before the quarantine.
Mm-hmm. Dude, we've been in quarantine since March.
I know, but this is a 20-minute video, and the way this is shot and edited, she's probably got like 10 videos ready to drop.
And I'd heard something like months ago, and I can't remember exactly where I heard it, with more actors getting onto YouTube as an additional platform to push their craft. So it's like this big push to have all these celebrities into YouTube.
I don't know why they don't just make a new platform called Celebrity Tube.
Right? Well, it's already Jimmy Kimmel's fucking YouTube, so whatever.
Google probably said F that. I don't know.
Well, like I'm just saying, because every time I come on, it's either a Jimmy Kimmel or a fucking what's the other guy's? I can't stand his ass. The one on NBC.
Oh God!
Oh shit! Is the guy with the English accent?
He's the other one that just got canceled because he was wearing blackface too.
I can't keep up with those guys anymore.
I know.
Who's wearing blackface?
He was the one from Saturday Night Live. Not Seth Meyer, but the other guy.
Does he have an English accent? Is that the one?
No, not him. He's way late.
Are you talking about the one?
Jimmy Fallon?
Oh,
Fallon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. He did do blackface.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
they all have.
Forgot about that. I forgot all about that. Yeah, fuck those guys.
Now the chat's catching up with me. Sorry, guys. Yes, Jimmy Fallon.
Shit.
I can't stand that little shit box.
I can't stand any of them.
We want to get through these super chats here and then move on to our next topic because I'm
absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Can I get this off the screen?
Yes.
He's like, I do not want to see that anymore.
Please do. Okay. I guess I'll take this one. Terminus for $2. Thank you. Should call her Brie Larson. She won't last on YouTube. That's a good one.
Wow. Awesome. We have jokes. Look at that. All right. So Crispy Critters at $2. Thank you so much. Brie figured out how toast works. So we already addressed that one, and then I'm going to go ahead and get this other one, and Mary get the last one. And then we have Malik McKinney for $2. Thank you so much.
And then, oh my God, I just have to point out, freaking Alora, your hair looks blue in that pic, and I love it.
It does.
Oh, thank you.
I love it so much. Culture Casino for $2 is Brie is as much a YouTuber as she is an ass model.
You said AZZ.
We had to because YouTube's trying to murder her. Can't say ass on YouTube anymore.
And we got one more super chat in here before we move on to the next subject. From Larry. Larry sends $2, says, prayers for Candace, baby, and family. We miss you. Indeed. Hopefully she has speedy return to us here at Toxic Femininity. But in the meantime, hopefully she's doing well. So, all right, let's move on.
Yeah. All right. I think we're going to pitch it on over. Do we want to do a Laura next?
Sure.
Do me. All right.
Do it.
All right. Do it. Okay, let me bring it up. So we about
Quit.
a prey here. Let's see here. Okay. So there is a rumor that Birds of Prey is part 2, the sequel, is going to be canceled, or is it going to actually show and then be canceled? So we have this from Bounding Into Comics right here, and by J.B. Augustine. Rumor: Birds of Prey sequel will with Margaret Robbie axed. Warner Bros. Is moving on.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Sorry. I'll start. I'll quickly.
And nobody was surprised.
I mean, this was like kind of a whisper, but even a whisper of the sequel. I mean, no one cared. No one cared, and we'll find out why. All right. A report says Birds of Prey 2, if you really want it and wondered, is dead at Warner Brothers, and so is hope for any follow-up. And then we have Giant Freaking Robot. Yeah, hi, Giant Freaking Robot. Claims in an exclusive and potential sequel is canceled, and everyone involved from studio to creative team are moving on to get onto other things.
Thank God.
Oh, look at this, so sad. Oh,
Moving on.
GFR.
That was a
so
great
that's our
story.
robot.
Next. No, just kidding.
I know, right? We're done now. We're done. So let's just go through this a little bit more, just so that we can expand on this, and it's just like like with we got Solo. No one really wanted that, and it bombed. So maybe they're learning from the past. Maybe. All right. So Giant Freaking Robots. What anyone says Warner no longer believes in the concept or in the creative team behind the movie. Really?
Imagine why.
Believe in the concept or the creative team behind the movie. I wonder why.
Well, look, here's my thing. I'm waiting for them to all pop out and be like, misogyny, right? Like, I'm just waiting for them to pop out and start saying how incredibly sexist and misogynist this is, right? At this point, that's really, never mind that the movie utterly failed, that it was a giant disappointment, that nobody really wanted. It wasn't actually Birds of Prey. It wasn't honest or sincere or representative of the source material, right? But it must be misogyny. I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for the articles that come out and say that this is misogyny if they don't get their sequel, right? Because that's the inevitable response to this. Never mind that nobody wanted this shit to be presented. And there were people who really wanted a Birds of Prey movie. There were people who really wanted to see that brought to life and put on the screen. Like, it's no secret that superhero movies and comic book movies are what is in right now. This is what everybody is desperate for, hungry for. This is the content that we crave. And when you give us a crappy one, it's such a letdown for us. But we keep giving you a chance. You up Suicide Squad, but we kept on sitting over here going, come on, we'll do more. We'll pick out the pieces we liked. Harley Quinn, right? Okay, Birds of Prey, cool. We'll like this. And then that flops, and we're all sitting here going, well, this sucks. Never mind. And the fact that Warner no longer believes in the concept or creative team behind the movie, they're going to call that misogyny. But anybody with a brain cell in their head will look at that and go, no, that's accurate. That's correct. That's legitimate, because there is no concept or creativity here behind this. It's not working. You didn't do it right. You didn't care about the source material or the fans, right? I'm just waiting for them to check out the misogyny excuse.
Yes, exactly. And then the primary reason, of course, is money. And then so while you were talking, I was watching this beautiful footage of Colin Trevorrow's authenticity of Star Wars concept art. So I kind of got distracted like a dog.
Shiny.
Oh my God.
Like everybody who watched Birds of Prey got distracted.
Girl, I was looking at it too.
Yeah, so I was listening. But I was like, oh, that is freaking amazing. Just imagine. And so my mind went that way too. But this is what the thing is with these franchises now. They're we know the concept go woke, go broke, and we're seeing that, and we're seeing because they want to pander that they're losing the initial art of storytelling.
Yeah.
So BOP tanked at the box office upon opening. Yes, they did. I didn't even want to go see it. I watched reviews. I'm like, hell no. Earning roughly a disappointing $33 million, the worst opening for DC movie ever. And so when you see like franchise like DC and one of their movies starts tanking, when normally even their brand name gets them the money, just like Star Wars, it gets them the money, then there's a problem. So Warner Brothers hoped for 55 million domestically, and it was projected to gross higher. Ticket sales weeks in advance painted a different picture. Theaters across North America before the COVID scare screening the film was almost empty. According to the number, the film made 201 million worldwide, with 84 million for the domestic box office and 117 million abroad. They reported it made 2.5 times its production budget, which estimated 82 million. So there you go. The film was released early on VOD, and its price was reduced to $5.99.
Damn.
And you see her face like, oh, what? that expression right here goes good with that.
You compare that. Okay, so $5.99 for the whole movie. Compare that to, I think I paid $19.99 for the Sonic movie.
Yeah.
Usually movies average like $15 to $19. $5.99. That's like fire sale price right there.
Yeah,
that's like the bargain bin price.
Yes.
No, that's what you pay for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3. Like that's
Hey! I'm gonna come over there and kick your ass for that one, lady. You could have said Supergirl. You could have said fucking even Spawn. You stay the fuck away from the Ninja Turtles. Unless you're talking about that Michael Bay shit, then that's a different story.
I was waiting for him to come out.
He was like, that was well baited right there.
Yes, it was.
Oh my God. All right.
When you go to Walmart and you're looking in the bargain bin.
This was Tom's face when you said that right there. Look, he's like,
no, seriously, go try and find Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 in the bargain bin. Guess what? You can't, because it's not there. But I'll bet you Birds of Prey will be in about 2 weeks.
That big round metal container outside, the electronics department in Walmart. That's where they keep the bargain DVDs at.
But check this out. It went #1 on the iTunes chart.
Well, of course it did.
$5.99, yeah.
I can buy music for 99 cents. Okay, so I mean, there's no competition there whatsoever. There's no competition. None.
I'm just saying. I'm talking about the one.
Why you gotta make me stick up for Ninja Turtles?
He's being called simp in the chat now for the turtles.
They're running around with samurai hats on, going back in fucking time.
Look, I know it's not that fucking great, but why you gotta make me stick up for it? That's what I'm trying to say here. Jesus Christ, woman. Pick a better movie.
Anyone but that one.
Okay, but it's not enough. And Tease and Tom's not enough either, but that's what we do here. Any Harley Quinn's presence might get reduced in DC extended universe going forward. So I know she's a great character in the comics, and before all of this was kind of like kind of destroyed her arc and how she was portrayed here.
There's been a lot of chatter about it that she essentially is like the girl Deadpool now, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's not Harley Quinn. That's not Harley Quinn. Mm-hmm. We all wanted a legit Harley Quinn movie, and I would have given anything to see like the real sort of fall of Harlequin, or like the MD, right? I would have actually liked to have seen that in a movie. That would have been fantastic, to kind of go into the psyche of a woman who is meant to sort of help heal the psyches of broken people, and instead have her own broken. by another. And so like that's something that if you'd done it properly, Harley Quinn could have been a fantastic character on screen. It could have been really compelling and heart-wrenching and breaking, right? But instead they went with girl power, which is not what Harley Quinn is about. And so you took everything that was compelling about this character and you broke it down to girl power. And of course it fucked it. Of course it fucked it because you ruined the character. You ruined this character. You stripped her of everything that made her interesting, everything that made her sympathetic, everything that made you, when you watched her, have your heart break for her, right? They stripped her of that because girl power. And so, yeah, you fucked this one up. This could have been glorious, but you screwed it up. She's not Deadpool, people. Calm your asses down. She's not fucking Deadpool. Why don't you let her have her own damn identity instead of pushing her in that route or in that direction? That might have worked. And then maybe we would have gotten a Harley Quinn movie that worked and then gotten a sequel, right? That would have been cool as hell. But of course we're not getting a sequel now because it's worse than fucking Teenage Mutant Ninja.
I know for me personally, I mean, I'm not a DC person, but I love the character of Harley Quinn in Suicide Squad. I absolutely freaking loved her. And then seeing how she was portrayed in Birds of Prey, I'm just like, I'm not interested. I'm not interested in the girl power theme. I'm interested in the woman who was broken and how she dealt or did not deal with that going forward. I wanted to see that complexity with her. And I didn't get it with Birds of Prey. So I'm like, forget it. I'm out. I'm not watching that.
Exactly. And so we have that sharing the screen with Idris Elba and John Cena, aside from the host of others, and a reduction of time in the spotlight is possible. A far cry from being the last film's breakout property. And see, the thing is with her, she was like kind of like the anti-hero for herself. She was also toxic femininity. Very toxic, and that doesn't fit today's storyline right now. That what people want to see, the greater people, we are allowed, like probably in the minority now.
Yeah. Excuse me, sorry.
You're okay. So post Birds, Harley would have been busy hooking back up with old allies in Gotham City, Sirens movie, and adventure with Mr. J in Harley and Joker. GFR says both spinoffs are on hold and are scrapped. Huntress, Black Canary, Renee Montoya, and Cassie Kane exist now in the DCEU, but don't expect too much from them in the foreseeable future.
Good.
You're like, good. We don't want them.
Happy.
Yes. And then Warner Brothers' confidence in Margaret Robbie may have diminished with the box office return. Robbie was writer Christina and the writer Christina Hodson to do a Pirates reboot and are possibly out the door. So I just stumbled right through that, and I apologize. Yeah, so basically there's the hints that there was supposed to be, a Pirates reboot, and I've seen a lot of channels speak about it, and that I don't, and we did speak about it too here on Toxic Femme, and I am glad that hopefully it stays true and they're not going to really do that, because it's not going to be Pirates without Johnny Depp.
No, I agree.
100%. So, I mean, so they just don't know which direction they want to go. They just want to do reboots, and hopefully in the near future they'll find out that reboots is not what brings the money in. It's a new story. It's a new adventure. It's a new mythology.
Yeah, we're tired of sloppy seconds here.
Exactly.
I kind of want to go watch Marvel now.
We're like, boom, that's what we're going to watch tonight.
Yeah.
So Birds of Prey flopped largely because of divisive marketing that encouraged men from seeing it. And there we go. So there was that thing because, men are toxic and it's all sexualized. And so we're just going to switch it around and discourage them. But then we're going to basically blame the male demographic for not showing up as well for the failure.
Yeah. So your movie sucks. So you're going to, instead of saying that it sucks, you're going to blame men.
Exactly.
Here's what blows my mind. I don't mean to jump ahead on you here, but this director, Kathy Ann, found fault with undue expectations on a female and the extra burden on her as a woman. Look, what undue expectations? That your movie not flop? What extra burden as a woman that your movie that your movie make its fucking money back? Right? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? The only expectations on your movie were the expectations that is on any movie ever. We gave you money to make a movie that we expect to make said money and more back for us. And what you did instead was gave us a movie that did not make us anywhere near the amount of money that we wanted to see in return. That's not undue expectations. That's not unreasonable. They put the same expectation that they put on you as they do on, they put the same expectation on you as they do on any man in Hollywood, as they do on any movie in Hollywood. You failed to deliver. Oh, I'm sorry you wanted the bar lowered and then you didn't get it. And now it's a men's fault. Go fuck yourself. I'm sorry, but if you can't keep up with men, then stop trying to play in the pool.
And stop trying to, and this is the thing, is that they put diversity on the pedestal. And then if it's not successful for the person of that diverse genre that they're putting on the pedestal, then they blame everybody.
Yeah.
Well, and look at
oh, sorry. Go ahead, Tom.
No. I was just going to say, like Gene the Machine says here, still more men saw Birds of Prey than women, and that's true.
Fuck that movie.
I don't want to see it.
And you were going to say, Lorena?
No, I was just saying, it's just continuously just pisses me off about this person of color excuse. It's like you want the standard lower because you can't meet the standard. You want to say, oh, well, I'm a person of color and there's an undue, like undue pressure on me to do well. It's like, no, like everyone else, you have a standard to freaking meet. And because you can't meet it because you suck. It has nothing to do with your color or being a person of color.
Exactly. It has to do with your education, your creativity, even your time in the position that you're being hired for. Like how many movies have you written or produced or directed? What's your history and your experience? It does, gender or even color does not determine skill. Your determination and your hard work and your passion behind it and working, again, like I said, hard and long hours and, your resume of so many years of working under that, whatever position you're working for. That's what determines, how good you will be. And you're not going to always, be perfect for a certain genre too.
And speaking of resume, she only made one film that no one had flipping heard of.
Yes.
Some pig movie or something like that.
Well, and Generation Production says he likes it, and that's fine. You can like it, and you may have felt like it wasn't as cringe as Disney Star Wars. I thought it was just as bad or worse. That movie was, at this point, is still the worst movie of the year, in my opinion. I'm hard-pressed to think of another one that was worse.
Yeah.
So, again, we're not faulting anybody who likes it.
No.
If you like it, enjoy it.
I was just saying, the proof is in the pudding, though. It's just we're not going to get a sequel out of it because it sucked enough that nobody went to see it.
You are welcome to like movies that you like, right? No one's saying that you can't, but like Tom said, the proof is in the pudding. Like people either show up for your movie or they don't, right? People either pay
and I don't see this movie becoming some cult classic down the road.
Oh hell no! It's in the bin for $6 right next to Teenage.
Out of the Shadows, maybe, but not Ninja Turtles 3 because Ninja Turtles 3 is worth more than that.
Oh my gosh, Lord!
They go to Japan.
They go back in time to go to Japan.
They go back in time in Japan. And they're ninja samurais. It makes sense.
Go back in time to go to Japan, Tom.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna have to see this freaking movie because I did see that movie
Ninja Turtles
at
3
one time.
don't.
Yeah. No. Okay.
It's
Should I whether watch that or Rise of Skywalker?
Definitely watch Ninja Turtles 3
yeah,
Rise of Skywalker.
That's my barometer.
No, the first Ninja Turtle movie is like a 10 out of a 10. 1990 Ninja Turtles is amazing. Yeah. Ninja Turtles 2 is a bit of a step down, probably a 7 out of 10. I give it to you, Mary. Ninja Turtles 3 is like a 6, 5.5 out of 10 at best. But it is nowhere near as bad as this crap. Now, if you were comparing it to the Michael Bay turtle movies, then yes, I'd be all with you on
I've
that.
seen it in the bin, Tom. I've seen it in the bin.
It may have been a long time ago, but not anymore.
And to sum this up, you guys, the proof is in the pudding that basically Ninja Turtles. No, I'm joking.
All right, okay, Ninja Turtles 3 sucks. I get it.
That, you know, a lot of this is also resulting into how basically the franchise treats their fans as well. You know, you could still have a relatively kind of or bad movie and still want to watch it and be curious to find out. But when you're telling fans that you're toxic and you only like women like superheroes because you're sexualizing them, then and you're turning away that fan base, of course you're gonna not get the production or the money that, you know, maybe the movie really deserves. So that's how I see that. And
and I know TMNT 3 sucked, but you know what? If you gave me the choice between having to watch Rise of Skywalker for 24 hours straight or Ninja Turtles 3, I would pick Ninja Turtles 3 in a heartbeat. And I would hope most of you people would have the decency as well.
Oh, goodness gracious. So are we going to do these super chats or are we going to move on?
Yes, we need to catch up on the super chats, and then we got our final story for the evening, I believe it is.
Okay.
From Terminus for $5 says, wonder how many favors Brie had to do to get where she is. She's probably had more ding dongs than anyone else.
I'm not going into that one. All I'm going to say is go Ninja, go Ninja, go.
Oh my God.
And yes, I do need one of those Caviche, if I'm saying your name right. How about TMNT 3 versus Suicide Squad? I didn't hate Suicide Squad.
I'm watching Suicide Squad.
I mean, there's a lot of people who didn't like it, and I understand that. But at that time, after Man of Steel and BVS, Suicide Squad was like a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like, oh my God, it's in color.
Did I get a new TV?
Oh my God.
But I don't know. That'd be a tough choice on that one. I don't know. I might give Suicide Squad the edge on that one. And I know that's a little tough for me to say that, but again, I realize Ninja Turtles 3 is fucking garbage, folks. I'm not trying to stick up for it in that sense, but it is so I'd watch that 10 times over before I'd watch Birds of Prey again. Birds of Prey, and I'm not kidding, you can ask Mary because I said this off thing. It literally made me feel like shit after watching it for being a person, like a human being and being a man, and just it was not a good experience for me at all.
Not a great undertone whatsoever. And that's the problem too, is how they rewrite or how they rewrite these characters to really basically piss off either a gender or or even a race or whatever in in light of saying we need diversity and we need empower women. That wasn't empowering women. Making men feel like shit is not empowering women.
No, that's third wave feminism.
And the missed opportunity of the movie overall was it should have been about her breaking away from the Joker and not going after Black Mask anyway.
Exactly.
So yeah, the missed opportunity is more the bigger problem than anything in the end. But anyway, moving on.
All right, I'll take this one here, Matt G at $2. Thank you so much. They're doing Birds of Prey 3 instead.
They're just skipping over 2. They know 2's gonna flop. We'll just go for 3.
Right to the third one.
Where we officially just give her transgender surgery and turn her into Deadpool.
Or they're going to do a reveal that Deadpool's really her.
She was really Deadpool.
Ryan Reynolds pops up. Yeah. And yes, Turtles 3 did do diversity well, I guess. They did have a largely Japanese cast. I mean,
there was also a lot of stereotypes.
Kind of.
Stereotyping in that movie.
But you know what? They were done in good humor. There's the difference between it. They weren't like going out of their way to actually act racist. It was just to be fun and have
They
fun.
weren't doing what Birds of Prey did.
I agree. I'm just saying.
And that was exactly my point, Laura. At least after I could walk out of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in 3 and go, yeah, that was fucking stupid. But at least I chuckled and I had a good time here and there. And it's a bad movie on a bad level. But Birds of Prey is a different kind of bad movie, and a bad in the sense, like I said, it literally made me feel bad afterwards. Like I was just sick to my stomach, and there was just so many things in it that I felt were unnecessary, and it was worse than Ghostbusters 2016 in a lot of ways. I felt in a sense of how they were trying to, and it was almost like it was, because I'm not going to say who, but I got in a couple arguments with people about it, and it's like, no, there's like this underlining tone that you're not seeing, and then like not even 2 weeks from that article come out from the director where she flat out said, oh yeah, there's a man-hating pro-feminine tone in this movie. That's the way I wrote it. And it's like, well, that explains it. You know, I shouldn't feel that way after I watch a movie. I don't give a shit.
Absolutely not.
Especially a comic book movie. It's not like I'm going in to see Kramer versus Kramer or Sophie's fucking Choice or, you know, something like that, to where, you know, afterwards maybe I should feel like a dickhead for being a guy, maybe, but there's a reason for it afterwards. In this sense, it's just no, it's just not right.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, we've battered Tom.
Okay.
I need to go to the back room.
Next super chat we have is from I'm sorry, Mary. Were you saying something?
I think it's me. Is it me?
Yeah.
Is it you or is it me? Is it
Oh,
Mary?
wait. Planner Aspect for $2 says, they ruined Huntress. This is unforgivable. Like, I can't sit here and pretend to be a huge Huntress fan. I can't pretend to be a huge Birds of Prey fan, but I do understand the pain. I do identify with it because I know what they did to my beloved Star Wars, and I've heard this. I've heard this said over and over and over again. How they ruined these characters for people, and that people are genuinely upset about it because they weren't properly presented. And so I get it, man. I feel you.
And you know what Tom's doing probably back there? He's putting on Ninja Turtles right now.
Probably. Booting it up.
I'm
now,
playing
right?
my fucking arcade machine. No, I'm kidding. I'm reading some of these things in the chat, actually. There's some good stuff here. Yeah, they did shoot. It wasn't the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, but it was the bad guy right in the nuts to kill him at the end of that movie. The 2016 one, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, please.
Oh,
I'm trying to forget that Ghostbusters movie. I actually watched it and wish I hadn't.
Oh, God. I'm not going to watch it. And I
Don't.
I like the classics.
Don't. I had to watch the original Ghostbusters movie and Ghostbuster 2 just to wipe my memory.
Oh, Lord. All right. So go ahead and pick up the next one.
Okay, so Ron W for $4.99. Thank you. Would you rather seen Bird of Prey or a Deathstroke origin movie to go into a matchup Batfleck movie?
Well, I think that's an easy answer.
I mean, Deathstroke. I'm sorry. I'm more familiar with Deathstroke. I just feel like that's a bit more iconic for the mainstream. But I mean, I could be wrong, but I just feel like Deathstroke's. It's a name.
I mean, Harley's a bit more well-known character, but I think
Harley
it would have rolled over.
Right. There's a bit of a difference there.
Yeah, I mean, I think Deathstroke would have rolled over better.
Well, that's me. That's me.
All right. So Terminus East, $2. Thank you so much. Mary got the Gail Simone voice tonight.
Don't you dare do it. You'll really put your voice out.
I would, but it would be so bad. Well, now I kind of want to try. I like the cut of his jib.
Oh my God, girl.
That is hands down your best voice.
Probably had less effort with that one too. Less vocal efforts with that one.
It's not that far for me right now.
Come back.
Linda, come back. Fuck, that's bad. Jesus, that's bad.
Okay. Don't strain it anymore.
No more. I'm good. We can make it. Oh yeah. All right, I think this one is me, right?
Yeah.
So Ron W for $4.99 says Birds of Prey isn't a Phantom of the Paradise becoming a cult classic. No, it's not. And look, there's there are things that they kind of underground, have underground movements. They pick up steam as they go or whatever. This is not that thing, right? In order for it to be something that picks up some underground like movement that supports it and backs it up, there needs to be something worthwhile there. There needs to be something that for fans to cling to, right? Like even with like say Snyder Cut, right? You had this sort of retelling of these characters that at least resonated with people in some way. There's nothing about any of the characters in Birds of Prey that resonates with you, that sticks with you. No, this is never going to be becoming an underground.
That's a very good comparison because, like, yeah, the Snyder Cut fans weren't fans coming from an echo chamber of a political, rhetoric like they were for Ghostbusters. Like those people that were out there coming after us, they never fucking cared about Ghostbusters. These were the same people that were writing the articles that why Ghostbusters 1984 isn't as good as you say it is, or it's problematic, or it's this, or it's that. It's like, you know what? Shut the fuck up and take a seat. And Card Sucks says, watch Ghostbusters 2016 in 3D. It's cooler. I sadly did go see it in 3D and it fucking sucked. And not just because the movie sucked, but because they went and pillar boxed the son of a bitch because they had this stupid cool effect for IMAX that it looked like shit was coming off the screen. But guess what? If you're in a regular theater and you're already watching it on a standard size screen, that just makes it half the size of the regular screen. So you're watching a movie with a bunch of black around it. And I actually took pictures of it to show people what I was talking about.
It was
horrible.
That's racist as fuck.
Oh, I didn't mean like that. No, like black bars, like it was like in a pillar box. Jesus, not like taverns. Jeez, you're good. God,
you just keep getting deeper in that.
No, she's the one who's insinuating here. I'm the victim. Wolverine 626 sent $5. Why don't you take that one of you guys?
Wolverine 626 $5 says, which one to see again, Birds of Prey or Batman and Robin?
Batman and Robin.
Batman and Robin, and I hated that movie.
Even though I hated it, it's like Ninja Turtles 3. I can at least walk out of it laughing,
Yeah,
going,
you can laugh at the stupid choices in it, right? Like Batman and Robin, you watch that movie and it's so ridiculous that you can't take it seriously. You're never meant to take it seriously, right? It's this campy, ridiculous, over the top thing, and you can let go and let God with that one, right?
Get some popcorn, sit back, and just enjoy the laughs.
Yeah, enjoy the stupidity. You can let yourself go that much, right? But you're not meant to do that with Birds of Prey. No, Batman and Robin all way.
Yeah, it looks like this next one is for you, Mary.
Crispy Critters for $2 says Dr. Mary Girlfriend IRL. Wait, what? Why is this going over my head?
I don't know.
I don't understand. What's the joke?
I think it's some like LARPing of some kind. I have no idea. I'm not getting into that. Yeah, last I knew you were a furry, not into playing doctor. That's news to me.
Hey, who isn't? Who isn't into playing doctor? All right.
Everybody nurse.
Probably doctors and nurses. I bet when they get home, they're like, fuck that. I don't want to do that.
You never know.
Do you know what? I have to wipe people's asses all day. That's the last thing I want to do.
Well,
there's, I guess, a character called Dr. Girlfriend, and you have her voice right now.
Okay.
Okay, I know what they're talking about now. It's the chick that sounds
from
like
Venture Brothers, yeah.
The chick
Man, I haven't seen that in a long time.
I know.
Venture Brothers.
Yeah, I'm not a big Venture Brothers fan. Sorry about that. That would be Rob.
Jib.
Yeah, that would be Rob. He's probably more into that kind of stuff.
All right. Do we want to scooch along to our final topic?
This final topic is a hot topic.
Yeah, it's as if if the stuff we haven't seen hasn't been,
it's getting bad out there.
Bat blank crazy enough. Yeah. It's a lovely article from Time Magazine, that bastion of journalism that it is not. We're re-examining how we portray cops on screen. Now it's time to talk about superheroes.
Go fuck yourself.
Okay, exactly. Okay, they can't keep politics out of our movies. And
Can I preface this with something real quick, though?
Sure.
Warner Brothers and Time are the same company, by the way.
Yeah.
And not only that, the funny thing was Time has a very special issue out this week about Marvel comic characters.
Ooh.
Isn't that fucking weird? No, there's a big, huge fucking going back and forth between AT&T and Warner Brothers right now, just so you know. That kind of bounces off the thing we were just talking about in the Birds of Prey thing, where they have lost faith in the people running the DCEU. But anyway, so I think this has a lot to do with that too. That's why Superman's plastered all over this. And they kiss the ass of Marvel later on in this article.
Do. Goodness. Just put the chapstick on and go for it. It's ridiculous.
Just some lubrication right in there.
Yes. Yes. So here we go. In the past several weeks, as calls to defund the police have gone mainstream, pop culture critics and fans have been reconsidering how Hollywood heroizes cops. Yeah. Legal procedurals and shoot-'em-up action movies have long presented a skewed perception of the justice system in America, in which the police are almost always positioned as the good guys. Yeah. These good cop narratives are rarely balanced out with stories of systemic racism in the criminal justice system. Obviously, these people have never watched Law and Order. The bad guys they pursue are often people of color, their characters underdeveloped beyond their criminality. Okay, obviously, no one has seen CSI at all either.
It's true. It's true. But let's just break this down. Like let's not bother to break this down at all. Let's just run with the most topical surface thing that we can, right?
Exactly.
Sorry.
So, in this period of reckoning, the long-running show Cops and the widely watched Live PD have been canceled. Just to put a note here, Cops and Live PD are two shows that actually showed cops at their most human, honestly, if you ask me. You got to see everything from the beginning to the end. They even tell you that the perps are innocent until proven guilty, but you actually get to see, what's going on. But anyway, I'll go through here. Actors and writers who contributed to the police procedurals are criticizing their own work and donating money to the NAACP Legal Defense Fund.
I'm face palming so hard.
So you can't. Okay, so supposedly, with a lot of minorities, you're going to donate to this fund that basically does nothing for Black people, instead of, say, maybe donating it to localities where a lot of people have public defenders. I mean, that's just me.
Yeah.
That's just me. But
I love how they even touch on the absurdity of the Paw Patrol.
See, this crap cannot stand. Okay. I don't know any parents who were out there. Maybe I missed it. I don't know. Maybe you guys saw it. I didn't see any parents protesting the cop character in Paw Patrol.
What's weird to me, and if this thing goes on or whatever, is the sort of rabbit hole that this thing dives down, right? First you have, okay, so let's cancel Cops and let's cancel all these cop shows or whatever. Now this all comes from one side of the narrative, right? This is a political thing, a political narrative that people are trying to push. And it doesn't matter whether or not you agree with it. We're going to cancel your shows anyway, right? And then they dive down this rabbit hole where then they head into things like Paw Patrol, right? Which is complete insanity. This is a kid's show. This in no way promotes abuse in any shape or form of power. This isn't good cops gone bad or bad cops at the core or some kind of systemic corruption that we're looking at. It's fucking Paw Patrol. And then it goes and takes it so far as to now essentially label our superheroes as cops with capes.
Exactly. And the first one, what do they come up with? The Punisher. She's not a freaking cop.
No, it's not. It's about as far from a cop as it gets. It's like
he was a cop, but then he got bad.
Even fucking Batman, right? What the fuck? Who made this correlation?
Oh my God. I don't freaking get it. But check this out. So superheroes have dominated popular culture for the last decade. They are fixtures of the highest grossing movies and icons to more than just our children. They are beacons of inspiration, yes. Protesters dressed as Spider-Man, I haven't seen that one, and Batman, who I have seen, have turned up at recent Black Lives Matter demonstrations. And yet, what are superheroes except cops with capes who enact justice with their powers? Anyone find a problem with that sentence
The
there?
problem being that freaking superheroes are vigilantes. Period. Right? It's like anytime someone steps up and takes the law into their own hands, that's called a vigilante. That's not a cop. They don't have the system behind them. Even if the system may turn a blind eye, it doesn't mean that the system endorses them. They're two very, very different things. And so to correlate this,
I forgot he was a missionary, not a cop. That was my fault.
Oh,
People are like freaking out
difference.
in the fucking chat.
A big difference.
the broad spectrum.
Get it right, Tom.
Yeah, I used to date a merc, so long story.
Can we just acknowledge the broad spectrum of characters that they're trying to paint with this brush? There are countless superheroes, right? And they range across the board on how it is that they approach these things and what it is that they do. And to paint them all with this one very narrow brush, this broad spectrum of characters with this very narrow brush, is the height of stupidity. It's completely asinine, right? And it's another example of them and inserting their politics into entertainment. And you guys wonder why we're still on about this. Why are we still on about this? We've been at this battle for over 2 years now, saying get your politics out of our entertainment, because this is where we're headed. Because now our superheroes are just fucking cops with capes. That's
and
all
the thing is what they want them to do anyways. Just go up to the criminal and say, let's sit down and meditate and, sprinkle flowers around us and talk this through. This is what they want with our cops as well, is they want to bring in social workers, not the cops. So even if there's, domestic violence or whatever, but they're not capable of doing anything. And so this is the reflection of what people are wanting today, what they want today in society, to get rid of cops or defund them. So this is just the same projection that's going on right now that we are seeing. And so now they're affecting our superheroes.
It's a freaking plague. It's a plague on our entertainment, right?
It is.
All we wanted was the separation of these two things, right? Allow us to continue to watch our entertainment, to imbibe our media in the way that we choose, in the way that we please, right? This escapism that is so essential to humanity, right? Just leave us alone. That's all we want. Just leave us the fuck alone, right? We talk about the nuance in these characters, right? You've got, of course, Superman stands for truth, justice, and the American way. He's a good old boy from Kansas, right? But you can't say truth, justice, and the American way anymore in comic books because it's not PC. Because it's not just America. There's a lot of great countries that have freedom out there, blah, 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 blah. Whatever, fine, that's great. And that's a conversation for a different day. But Clark Kent is a good old boy from Kansas. Of course he'd say some shit like that. That's his character. And to slap these kinds of stigmas on him, just a cop with a cape, just completely ignores the nuance and the individuality of these characters. Clark Kent is not Bruce Wayne from freaking Gotham City, who grew up in the corruption, who watched his parents die, right? Like it's this really, really narrow-minded view, and it corrupts all of these amazing characters that have all of these beautiful stories and arcs, the things that we don't read or watch these characters because we're necessarily bloodthirsty or out looking for a pound of flesh. We like the people. We like to know their stories, right? We want to know what it is that they face. And so it's a good gimmick to put them up against the bad guy, but there are also personal struggles that they face in these stories, right? So get your politics out of it so we can enjoy their stories.
Right. Well, and not only that, I mean, I hate it when they this whole thing with what's wrong with him saying the American way. There's nothing wrong with the American way. It's the idiots that are running the country and are in charge and that are supposed to be protecting those laws and, enacting those laws and protecting the people that are the ones not doing their jobs. It has nothing to do with America as a country, as a whole, as an idea. It's the fact that the people who are supposed to be doing this shit aren't doing their job. Just like, what was it, like 2 weeks ago, they were trying to do something with some law about civil rights and including like trans and gay people, and they're like, the law technically already does include gay and trans people. By the way, it's worded. We don't have to change anything.
Yeah, I remember that.
So it just kind of proves that the system would work if people would do their jobs.
Yeah,
that's kind of what I was getting at. So I don't see where equating the two has anything to do with the other. I mean, that's where I don't get where everybody was jumping on Dean Cain's case about this thing when it's true. He is not basically allowed as Superman to say that shit anymore. And they even had the chuckle about it in the 1970s version, because that's why Lois turned around and said, you'll be fighting every elected official in America. It was a jab at them, not at us as a country.
We're not allowed to have that anymore, though, Tom.
No.
That's no longer acceptable. The thing that blows my mind about all of this is that it just goes to further prove what we've been talking about, is that we're not allowed to have our freaking entertainment anymore. We're not allowed to have that escapism, because every time we turn around, you're inserting your politics in it. And we're watching it be degraded and corroded in front of our eyes. And it's pissing us the fuck off. Because these are our people, right? We grew up on them. These are the stories that help mold us and shape us, right? This isn't just some little fad over in a corner of a few geeks anymore. This is the cornerstone of a lot of people's identities, right? There are reasons that people get up in arms over this, and it's because it helped to build us, who we are as people, as human beings. We learned life lessons and morals from these characters, right? And it's not as if these stories don't address when superheroes act with impunity. When superheroes decide to go rogue and say, screw the way the law is as it exists, we're going to run rampant over you and do whatever we see fit, right? Because I've just been reading through Injustice for the first time, and it's freaking terrifying. It's terrifying, the absolute horror story that is laid out in front of you when these characters you've known to be good for so long now act in ways that are absolutely reprehensible because they're doing it for the good of society, but their vision is skewed, right? It's terrifying. Right. And so stop acting like comics don't even address the real problems that superheroes themselves represent or can present. Right. We don't have bad cops anymore, only bad. I mean, like, I don't know that I agree with that. I don't believe
he was being sarcastic. Because earlier before he said that he was bouncing off of what I said about people. It's not. He said it's not popular to hold anyone accountable for their personal behavior. Okay, everyone is excused. So yeah, he was being sarcastic and falling off of that, I think.
But isn't that really, really easy? I'm sorry, but that's just a little too easy for me, right? It's too. Oh well, it's part of the system. The system's the problem. Well, then how do you fucking fix that without tearing down the entire system? I'm sorry.
No, and that's what he was being sarcastic about it. He was bouncing off of what I said, I think.
Yeah, you have to hold these individuals
exactly. That's what I think he's saying. Yeah,
for their behavior, right? Not sit there and point at fucking fictional characters and try to tear that down. What the hell good does that do anyone?
Because the thing is, it is much easier to demonize fictional characters than turn the spotlight on the actual perpetrators in government.
Well, they've moved on to real people too. Look at what happened to John Wayne this week. They've once again dug up this fucking Playboy interview from the 1960s, and they're trying to cancel him again and have his name taken off the airport. And I got into an argument with somebody about it. And it's like, seriously, I'm not saying that, some of the shit that John Wayne probably said wasn't racist in some way, shape, or form, but you have to take into consideration the context of when he was born, when he was raised, when this article was actually, or interview was actually conducted. And if you actually read the interview, despite some of the shit that he says that is kind of racist, in the end, if you dig through it and you kind of read what he's saying, he's actually a little bit more progressive than a lot of people in his position at the time. And he does talk about hiring black people in Hollywood and stuff like that. So he was, I mean, granted, yeah, he had a long ways to go, but for somebody like John Wayne at his age in that era, for him to be talking like that was actually pretty progressive. But nope, they see that as just full on attack of him being racist. And I got into it with a guy and I'm like, look, you're talking and acting like every single day John Wayne got up and after his first breath said something fucking racist. Like that was absolutely everything he did every hour of his day. That's the way you're acting right now. And what you're basically doing is you're trying to fix a pinhole when there's a fucking gusher over here that you're not even paying attention to. Like what John Wayne said 60 fucking years ago should be the last thing we're worried about right now. Like, I don't see how equating that with BLM or any of that has anything to do with this shit, just like this superheroes and cops stuff. Sorry.
It has nothing to do with it.
That's just it, is that this doesn't have anything to. Why are you going out and lynching superhero shows and crucifying comic books when, I'm sorry, how does this fix the problem? How does this fix the problem?
Exactly.
It just doesn't. It just makes it look like I'm helping, in quotes, to fix the problem. You know, I'm helping, I'm doing something simply by just talking about it, not offering any real solutions. Just
But see, you got to
good.
You have to you walk your talk. This is not walking a talk. This is just saying stuff to make yourself sound credible, make yourself sound legit, make yourself sound viable. But again, you have to walk that talk. You know, and I could say things, or if I would have said stuff like I said in the 90s now, like just joking and stuff, it wouldn't be, I probably would have been canceled or whatever, because the language and the verbiage now has changed so much because of the type of, you know, of the newer generations that's raised with participation trophies for everybody, you know, oh, well, don't judge someone for, you know, what's going on. You know, they must have had a hard life, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you know what? They committed the crime, they do the time.
Exactly.
You know, that's how it goes. But because everything got softened up and we went from like, spanking the child, or, you know, and other punishments, to now just just turning your head at your screaming when your child is screaming in the grocery store, and not even correcting their attitude. So this is the results we got from these dismissive parents.
Exactly. And just to kind of add things about the 60s, my grandparents, when they got up in the morning, the first thing that they were not worried about was how racist somebody was going to be to them. They were worried about getting out there, going to work, providing for their families and providing for their kids. Racism was out there, but they were not freaking thinking about it every single minute of the day, the way that the press now makes it out to be. And getting back to John Wayne, it's like, yeah, that was a different era. That was a different time. Let me guess, 20 years from now, you're going to cancel somebody for something they said 20 years ago? It's like, where does it end?
You know what I bet would never have occurred to your grandparents was to cancel freaking superheroes by calling them cops with capes.
Oh, hell no. That'd be a fight.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
It has nothing to do with the problem. I'm sorry, did these fictional characters go out and actually... Did they actually go out and kneel on somebody's neck until they were dead? No, they didn't, right? 99% of the time, I'm sorry. I would say probably more than that. These comic books present us with ideas that expand our thought, right? That help us to grow as people, to learn morals and to learn lessons through them, right? How to treat each other with kindness and goodness. And God forbid, in the inclusion that is present in so many of these. I'm sorry.
Oh, heck yeah.
Comic books have faced racism head on several times.
Yes.
Probably most famously that I recall was when they made Green Lantern a fucking racist. Flat out racist. Because the black guy in the comic goes, you know what, Green Lantern, I've seen you do things for the blue skins and the yellow skins and the green skins all over the universe. But what have you done for any of the black people here on Earth? I'm paraphrasing, but that's basically the panel. And he's like legitimately asking this. And in that moment, you realize that Green Lantern's a fucking racist. And this was from 80 something or 70 something. I can't even remember now. Yeah. So they've done all this before.
You know what I never thought about twice? Like it was just presented to me by X-Men when I was a little girl, right? Was Storm. Storm was one of the most powerful X-Men. Like she was like right there behind Rogue, right? And she was this person of color. You know what? It helped to really sort of normalize things for me. It helped me to not see things as black, white, but everybody was just, as Brie Larson would put it, I just see people, right? This is something that comic books do when you're young, and something that these comic book shows did for me when I was young is they introduced characters of massive amounts of diversity to me, right? Comic books were on the leading front line of that. They did so much to really show you that characters of all colors can be out there and exist and have these wonderful, amazing powers. And but they also have these beautiful arcs and these stories that you get invested in. And you're not looking at the color of the character. You're just seeing a person on the screen. And it really sort of helps you just see people, right? To just see people in front of you. Why would you want to cancel that shit? Why would you want to do that? What the fuck are you thinking right now, Time Magazine? Are you stupid? Are you nick in the head? Why would you want to undermine something that is so beautiful and beneficial to help mending racial relations? What the fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck is wrong with you people?
They're just it's just insane. It's like, and the article doesn't get, any better at all. At all. They just are bouncing from Shield and the Avengers.
Well, and Kevin Street says that Green Lantern wasn't racist. He was just forced to admit that he couldn't do anything that actually changed the world or something like that.
Look, Jon Stewart was my Green Lantern.
But still, it was just a great, poignant comic that stuck with me all these years later. And I guess that was written by Denny O'Neil, and I forgot about that, who recently passed away.
I know that there are a lot of people that really prefer Hal Jordan or whatever because they read the comics, but Jon Stewart was my Green Lantern. I grew up on Justice League the animated series, right? I didn't know about a different Green Lantern. Jon Stewart was my Green Lantern, and he sure as hell wasn't a cop with a cape. He was a badass, and he was a wonderful hero. You know what else the freaking animated series showed me was this interracial couple between him and Hawkgirl. Right? Yeah. It normalized that early on for me. It was no big freaking deal because the cartoon made it. Why the hell do you want to take this beautiful example of diversity that did it well, that did it right, that did it in a way that resonated with a young mind that was still malleable and took this in and as normal and good and regular and not a big deal? Why the fuck would you want to mess with that? Why would you want to do that? These stories are so wonderful and integral to the forming of human beings when we're young. They did a great job of raising people who just see people. Why the fuck would you want to mess with that? It pisses me off so bad I can't see straight. Yeah. These stories show us.
You sure
people.
It's not the booze?
They're not cops with capes. They're people.
I just see people.
They're just trying to do the right thing, who have these beautiful story arcs that you learn from, and to minimize them down to just cops with capes is some asinine shit.
I Curse Serenity says this article is just clickbait. Yeah, it is clickbait. But here's the problem with this, and I gotta say this. This is not we got this covered. This is not the Mary Sue. This is not even like what's another one of those shitty online rags, like Washington CBR. Post or whatever, or any of those. This is fucking Time Magazine.
Yes,
this is a very respectable,
it was
news outlet. It was at one time, and the reason I said all that stuff up front is I can't help but feel like a lot of this is an opportunist thing to take this and really just throw a big lob at AT&T because Warner Brothers is pissed that they are being taken over by this huge conglomerate. Okay. Like all the people involved. I mean, people on HBO have said on air, they're not happy about this. So this is no secret, folks. And this is where the Snyder cut comes into play. Like I said before and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to bop out of here so you guys can finish this article and I'm going to shut the fuck up for a while.
Well, it's a long one.
Well, it's really wrong. It's really long, but they just go through the same whole thing. About the cops using the Punisher symbols. Then they get into Black Panther, and their tone completely starts to change. Okay, I wonder why, but I can tell you why. Okay, because of Black Lives Matter. And how many of these companies are pumping money into Black Lives Matter $ Incorporated to show how woke they are? Okay, it's all about that. It's completely all about that. Because if this wasn't an election year, they could give a damn about Black Lives Matter. But they want to look woke. So they basically go into, how Black Panther is so good. I mean, yeah, Blade was awesome. They go into the whole thing about racial injustice, blah, 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 shift with Black Panther. I mean,
okay, honestly, I lied. I got one more thing to say and then I'm done.
Okay, go ahead.
All these motherfuckers that are virtue signaling on this shit, you know what? All they're doing is they're trying to protect themselves. Because guess what? You're the fucking whoever wrote this article. If they're not black, I guarantee it's some fucking woke person who's got white guilt out the ass right now. And guess what? They're scared. They should be scared. Because you know what you should be doing with your fucking white privilege? Giving it to somebody else if you think you're so fucking privileged. Just like Brie Larson in the beginning. This is where I'm getting sick and tired of this. All these fucking politicians that are coming out for BLM and all this shit, they don't give a fuck. Just like what Lorena just said. The only thing they give a shit about right now is saving their ass. Because guess what? They're the ones in power. They're the reason this shit is the way this is. And the moment people figure that out, guess what? They know it's game over for them. That's why they're involved.
You know what I think is hilarious that they don't freaking acknowledge right here? Well, they're sitting here in this article praising Black Panther and talking about how this is okay. Well, this is a step forward, and they acknowledge like that there are problems, systemic problems, and how the Black community can't fight back or whatever. This is the character who the first time you met, the very first time that you met Black Panther, he is running around trying to kill the Winter Soldier because he thinks he killed his father. It doesn't matter that he's wrong. He wants to take justice into his own hands. And if he has it his way, he will murder him his damn self. That is vigilante justice. That is a cop with a cape, right? Like that's as representative of a cop in a cape as I've ever heard in my entire life. But you didn't acknowledge that shit, did you? Oh no, you'd rather hone in on what it is that makes your narrative flow a little better. You freaking insincere, straw manning motherfuckers.
Isn't he really technically a cop because he is like the prince or whatever?
Well, no, that definitely doesn't make him a cop, but it's
well, I mean, he kind of is in a sense that he runs shit.
In freaking Wakanda.
Yeah.
Wakanda, but
and he's just out of his jurisdiction. That's also add another one to the ticker.
He's running around the world trying to kill this man, taking matters into his own hands. But you're not going to talk about that, are you? You're not going to mention that about this character because that doesn't flow with your narrative. You're just going to praise the standalone movie, not how we met T'Challa in the first place. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah. But that's pretty much, it is clickbait, and that's pretty much the whole article. And then, then they get into Spider-Man, and they get into the Spider-Verse, and it's just
freaking.
You can go and read it for yourself. But that's pretty much what it is.
Miles Morales' dad is a cop.
Yes, his dad is a cop, and this is interesting. And I'm freaking frozen. Hang on a second. I'm freaking frozen,
and the thing
like
is that they're comparing these superheroes to cops, but there's not like Mary said, there's nothing to really compare. This is actually a fiction. These guys are vigilantes. Compared to the cops, whether we do like in any race or society or anything, there's always going to be a good and bad. Of course, there's always going to be that. But when there's one bad, there's usually 100 more that are good. And So basically there's no comparison with fiction when it comes to our reality, none whatsoever. And they're forgetting to highlight all the good. We're all stirred into the negative, and it's easy to stay into the negative. And because they are staying in the negative, we are seeing nihilism. And so we're seeing nihilism of, franchises. We're seeing nihilism in schools and what they teach now, and also in society. We're seeing nihilism even with talking in politics. So you can't even express how you feel with the current state of the political world right now without being canceled or being, targeted or, a mob coming after you. And this is all of it. We're in a nihilistic era right now.
It's just, absolutely.
I got to correct myself. I guess Time did get sold off a couple of years back.
It's all just this sort of farce, right? Yeah, the whole notion we're helping, right? This doesn't help shit. You know what it does do? It fucks up our entertainment further. So you wonder why we're still here. When you ask, when our haters out there ask themselves, why the fuck are y'all still on about this? Why are we on about it? Because you're literally trying to tear this stuff down, root and stem. You're trying to tear it down in every way possible. Superhero, not even like trying to discuss the nuance from superhero to superhero, just all superheroes, except of course, unless of course they're black, right? Yeah. Or gay. They're all just cops and capes, and cops are bad, okay? Like, this isn't a discussion, and it's seeping into the actual entertainment. And it's frustrating for those of us who love these characters and who want to preserve them in the way that we've experienced them thus far in our lives. So why are we here? Why are we still absolutely doing everything in our power to fight back, even when YouTube takes 100 fucking subs in a freaking weekend, even though we earned those subs? Why are we still here? Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? Because we love this stuff. Because these are the bricks that built us. These are the blocks that helped construct who we are as human beings, and we're seeing it get torn down, and we're pissed off.
Very.
I'm done. Rant over.
Yeah. I think we basically killed that article and
I
people's
think we
viewpoints
did.
on that. The
Yeah.
narrative right there. I mean, seriously, it's just a bunch of nonsense and nihilistic thoughts. And
Yes.
I'm
And like I said, if
I'm
this
done.
wasn't an election year, they wouldn't have been writing that crap.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good. I'm sorry. I'm trying not to cough.
It's okay. It's okay.
All right. Well, that was our last article.
All right. So I know we have one super chat in.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh, Mary's having. She's having. Oh, coughing
Uh-oh.
bit. All right. I'm gonna take this. Author P $2. Release the inner furry, and that's to Mary,
I think,
and that's
yeah.
probably from her rant too. Yes, it is. So, you have any other conclusions to this, or are you done? Or
Pretty much done. I mean, it's basically all they do is they just go through and just start picking apart, all our superheroes, characters. Again, the ones that they elevate are the ones like Black Panther, like Miles Morales, the Watchmen, and then they just basically go back into the whole entire diatribe of just, superheroes or cops with capes, unless you happen to be Black, and basically if you don't agree with that, you're racist. And it's just I'm really getting sick and tired of publications like Time and a lot of these people with our legends and everything, and our mythologies and our fan base, just basically using Black people to push their agenda. No one asked for this. No one asked to be used like this, but they just often just want to do it. They just figure, okay, well, we're just going to use you.
yeah.
And it doesn't endear you at all. It really doesn't. It just makes you just look freaking desperate, virtue signaling, kiss asses. I'll say that. That's pretty much exactly what it is.
Yeah, I totally agree. And it's just frustrating. And I was talking to Mary earlier today, and I told her I was just like done. I had to basically delete my app for a few hours to just get some peace.
I know. It's just like it's so thick out there. If you just say one thing, like the discussion that we were having on Twitter today for some guy who got mad when I said, how dare Frederick Douglass, who for people who don't know was an abolitionist. He was a Black man. He was, freed slaves. He was an abolitionist. His memorial got knocked down and taken off. And I'm like, well, who the heck would do something like this? And people were kind of talking. And then Laura answered. And someone basically tried to tell you, what did they try? They tried to tell you that,
say that
what if it, you don't know, maybe it was a white supremacist who did it.
They brought race in and also supremacy and all this. And that was not even part of the topic. It was just like, wow, people need to learn their history.
Nowhere near that. And God forbid that I should say, why don't we wait and get the facts? And somebody basically told me, I called myself a Black woman and I had the nerve to push back on that statement. Like, you don't get to do that.
No.
You don't get to determine my Blackness. You don't get to attack people by calling them white supremacists. You don't get to do that. But here we are.
Yeah, he went fighting on you.
He would be. I'm like, I'm done with that. Because it's just sad. Again, racism used to be a very, very serious charge, and now people throw it around like it's nothing.
Exactly. And we have something from Arthur. So go ahead and get that one.
Okay, from Arthur P, $5. Thank you. I was watching The Boys. The dolphin scene flying through the windshield make me laugh. I am a bad person for laughing. I have not seen The Boys. I have heard it's very good. Have you seen it, Laura?
Yes.
Okay. I've seen it advertised. I don't freaking have any time to watch stuff, but I've heard it's very good. You know what? If you're a bad person for laughing, so am I, because I haven't even seen that. And I'm picturing that through my head and just laughing.
That's the thing, is people are forgetting humor these days, and humor is just to make you laugh. And if you take offense of it, then maybe you need to sit back and find some, and sit back and think your reality. That's how I see that. And get off that stick. Get off that stick and enjoy life.
Oh, Lord, Terminus. I was just thinking that joke that you said to Dark Castle last week. I was laughing for like 5 minutes. So, Laura, you want to take this one?
Yes. So Terminus with $5. Thank you so much. Cops with capes. Okay, I want to share this joke. I told the Dark Council last week. Knock, knock. Who's there? Wakanda. Wakanda who? Wakanda shit is this.
Terminus said that joke in the Dark Council chat because I had brought up that Black Panther, they want to make Shuri Black Panther. So Black Panther will no longer be.
That's some stupid shit. Look, I'm just saying, can we get more than one Black Panther movie before you go in and make Shuri Black Panther? I'm just saying, like, this shit's stupid.
I was not happy to hear that. I'm like, what the hell? Did somebody say something about Beyonce being in Black Panther too? I hope not.
Yeah, I think there was a rumor going on.
Okay, I love Beyonce, but F that noise.
I don't like her as an actress. I don't think she's that great.
I just like Beyonce.
Sure
I'm not like one of the crazy
whatever,
Bayhive people. Those people are freaking nuts.
Yeah. Casperius sent $5, says, hi, is this Mead Radio? I would like to request Prophet song by Queen. Oh, and none of that disco crud. Yeah, that got me taken down last night, buddy.
Really?
Yeah, that song, they didn't like me playing that one. Yeah. Well, anyway, it happens.
Yeah.
No, it's cool. I don't know when I'll try that again, sometime soon, but yeah, I think we've caught up on all the super chats. I want to thank the audience for such a lovely evening tonight. Anyhow, was there anything we had to say before we checked out, ladies, or did you guys get to say all your piece on this whole?
I think
I'm pretty set.
I think we've said it all.
I don't think Mary can say anything anymore.
I just had a coughing fit and it just fucked me up.
Yeah. All right. Well, check out Mary's channel. Check out Lorena's channel. Check out OG Star Wars Legends gal Alora's channel as well. I'll throw those links in the chat as we get out of here. I don't want Mary to say much more because I don't want her to lose her voice 100% completely on my watch. So then I can't be blamed. That's right, Papa Harvey.
I do have something I want to say.
Blame.
And you ladies earned a... What was that? Sorry.
Do have something I want to say, guys. If you're subscribed to my channel, double check that shit because YouTube is unsubscribed. I would say close to 200 people in the last few.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
it's been getting.
Yeah.
I think you ladies earned a maximum effort puppy tonight.
Oh, thank you. Love maximum effort puppy. He is just rocking it. Look,
I guess it's a she, but yeah. So there
She's
you go.
So happy then.
She is.
It's kind of it's all of those rumors that ladies are bad drivers. Not only are we are great drivers, but we're like doggone great drivers.
Oh, you earned a Fenton for that.
Jesus Christ! Fenton! Oh, Jesus Christ! Fenton!
Love Fenton.
Your favorite. And of course, if you want to help support us here at the channel and support Toxic Femininity worldwide over, check out that link and get yourself a Toxic Femininity t-shirt and or hoodie. And I guess we also have tank tops as well.
Yes, Sarah,
So
tank
check
top.
I want
them
the
out.
tank.
Yes,
Come on
yes.
with a tank.
Yes. All right. So I'm going to throw your guys' links in the chat here. So you guys make sure you're subscribed if you haven't already. And yeah, I want to thank everybody for joining us once again here on Toxic Femininity on Midnight's Edge. Take care, everybody. Have a good night.
Nice.
Take care.
Proving that the Fandom Menace isn't just a bunch of toxic males. It's Toxic Femininity, brought to you by Midnight's Edge, with Alora OG Star Wars girl, Geeky Candy, and your hostess with the mostest, Mary.